Hello and welcome, everybody, back to the Quiet Kanku. We have episode 19, almost episode 20, because that's how math works. I struggle remembering sometimes, but here we are. So, back in the day, we had this adventuring party who made their way up to Bermsley. Bermsley being really big capital of Idux, the continent they're on, and currently the main hub, sort of the church, who's a major political and military and everything power. Um, this adventuring party found themselves in a safe haven, a bastion that is also somewhat sentient, calling itself Valve, that is the home to another small adventuring group. Um, After getting their aid and freeing one of their group, Seedling, friend to Sapling, they've been chilling there for a little bit, and some tensions were brewing as Seth, the resident monk, decided, that worm looked really tasty. And so ate a worm. Um, However, very quickly, it seems to have been disposed of, as his body is not a safe place for a small worm. Between the acid in the blood and the regenerating that happens, crushing the thing within its skull, it was unpleasant to say the least. And Sapling, you got a front row seat to its effects, and in your brain, a very, very loud scream of pain. Um, but aside from that, happier things were happening as well. Um, but before we talk about those, in Chiron, you decided to go back to check out your old place of work before you left, and got sad stories, and that was not great. Um, then you come back and bad shit's happening, and oh, damn it, it sucks. But it's okay. People got to go out to eat. They got to go, have drinks. It was a good time. Dates happened. Sapling and Ulrich, a thing now, very openly. That's pretty great. Um, gonna be honest, last week was a bit of a blur. Anything
Oh,
important I'm
we
missing?
we played Zone of Truth questions time,
Yes.
and it was fun, and we bonded as a party, and it actually worked. We didn't start yelling at each other.
You're
We got
I
pretty
think
close,
we
but we didn't.
did.
We got a little close to yelling at each
yell.
other, but we
It wasn't yelling so much as it was.
forceful talking.
Yeah, that's
But we still
right.
bonded as a party.
Yeah,
Yeah.
party bonding
And
is
we decided
happening.
that we're all still friends.
Yes.
That's good. Yeah. Okay. No, you're right. That was a pretty important thing. The zone of truth bonding went well, I would say. Um, and then all in all, some helping around the
Yeah, we did
bastion happened.
chores.
Some chores happened, just making sure the place is running good. And Chiron, you helped make sure the engine wasn't going to explode from the elemental inside, and replaced it with essentially a just standard sort of furnace. Um, Seth, you helped by making sure that it could physically move if need be by dislodging some debris. But in the process, your arm got violently ripped off. You'll be fine. You can regenerate. You'll be fine. However, you noticed a small, strange thing by the end of that day. Um, that it is growing back, and it doesn't look normal. So that's a little strange. Um, but yeah, it'll look like that because it starts out small. Yeah, like that. Yeah. So
And
that
I
would
gave
have been the
Byron my ring of regeneration so that he can yeah.
yeah.
What that
You
tongue do?
gave the mute, because he's missing a tongue, Minotaur, the ring of regeneration, and so he may, for the first time in however long, be able to speak without the aid of magic.
Yay.
Okay. I think that's it for recap, really. I know Edna will be joining us soon, but for now, um, for the day that the chores were going on, that was also the day Sapling, you had very sad time. Were being comforted by Seedling most of the day, who didn't know why you were upset. Um, is there anything any of you would like to do for the remainder of that day? Um, at any point during the day. This was chore day. But is there anything else you want to do?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. No. I hear no takers. So I'll say the day finishes up. Um, other than the events that happened, pretty eventfully. Um, sun sets, a evening meal is had, and things close up for the night. Since the arrival of Richard and his apparent spying, um, the group that calls this place home has been taking some more precautions and has been battening things down a little more heavily than they were before. Um, trying their best to make sure that they are not being watched, making sure windows are closed, things like that. But the day goes, and in Chiron, you go down for bed, and Seth probably still sleeping in there, I'm guessing. Yeah, okay. Seth sleeping in the corner. You eventually drift off to sleep. And you are woken with a jolt as a loud bang is heard. And you're not laying in your bed. You are standing behind a podium. You're in a courtroom. And in front of you sits a man in the witness stand. And you immediately know you are in a courtroom. You are and you're kind of dazed for a moment. You're trying to figure out, oh god, what is this? Why am I here? Who am I who am I defending? That sort of thing. Um, go ahead and make me a insight check.
Insight. I'm losing things all over. Goodness gracious. That is a 24.
A 24. Okay. So you start looking around in front of you. Okay, that's High Judge Juris. Yep, that makes sense. To your right is Prosecutor Dewdrop, and you see his client, and then you look and you see next to you is a man that you don't recognize immediately, but from his body language, his nervousness, and from looking at a few of the tattoos this man has, you could tell that he is some type of mage. He's very nervous. And piecing things together, you can tell, okay, I'm here to defend this man. And of course, you have some papers in front of you that would be your defense, but they're all blank. All of your notes that you would have taken so much time to prepare are all blank for whatever reason. And so, if you're going to defend this man, you would have to do it off the dome. It's either that or he gets taken away. And he's old enough, he would be taken and more than likely tried to the fullest extent of the law, which, depending on his case and what he's done, could not end great for him. But your notes on what he's here for are blank. You don't know what you're even defending him against. But the judge looks to you and says, in the case of Mr. Enrico, defense step forward.
I gather myself and pick up my blank notes, and I step forward.
Please present your argument.
I hmm. Can I look at the tattoos and see what kind of magic he might have used to get
Arcana
on
check.
trial?
For sure.
Okay. 26.
These are specifically sigils relating to divination. Um, and I would say with that high, um, some of these specifically would be the types that would normally be written down but are on this man's skin inked in for something like scrying specifically.
Mm. So, you are accusing this man of using magic to look in on private affairs, of course. But the evidence does not seem to very much line up with the fact that he might have been. There's certainly evidence that he could, but I don't think that there really is evidence that he has. I think that in this case it would be most apt to put, give him a magic blocker and set him on his way.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. That is a 17.
17. 17. Okay. The judge leans forward and looks you up and down, looks over toward the defendant, who just kind of sits there nervously looking between you, the judge, the prosecution. The judge leans back, satisfied with whatever he's seen. So you suggest that that would be enough of a punishment?
Yes.
Well, there are other methods, of course. That would be a good temporary solution, but what if he misplaces this blocker? Somebody could get hurt, wouldn't you agree?
Well, divination magic doesn't tend to cause pain of any sort, so no, I don't think I would agree.
After a moment, the you kind of have these notes in front of you, and again, they've been blank this whole time. But they start to fill in with details. As you kind of are looking and glancing, you see things being written as you stand there. Some of what you've said being correct, looking in on somebody. You start to see details of looking in on government affairs, specifically. That this man is accused of possibly being some type of spy. And the judge is going to say at that point, government affairs are not for the populace to know. This man threatens the very gentle and delicate order that we have. I appreciate your idea, but I'd like to hear what the prosecution has to say. But it will be weighed. And at that point, your friend and rival is going to approach and is going to present a few papers, hand them up to the judge, and is going to say, um, what voice did I give him before? Been a couple weeks. Off the dome. He's going to say, this man has given some good ideas, but I think more drastic things should be taken. Of course, we all know about the wondrous things our government has been coming up with in the way of magic suppression, and I think that to prevent this from ever happening again, we should look into these measures. I've written a few of them there on that paper. Hi, Judge. And the judge is going to look at them. This doctor, yes, be able to eliminate these things. Is that correct? And he's going to say, yes, High Judge, that is correct. They would be able to eliminate things. The judge is going to look to you and say, haven't you sent some of your clients toward this doctor?
I have, yes, but I would recommend against it. What do we really know about how the doctor can remove these things? And has anybody ever come back and actually have their magic removed?
Does the how matter? And at the end of the day, if none of them have come back, is that not of their own doing? The violent revolts and uprisings and things like that? And you've, after all, you have sent some that way, so you think that is a... What made you change your mind? It was such a good idea back then.
I find myself hoping to reconnect with some of the people I've defended, and I've only been able to reach a select few. I wonder about the rest.
The rest are dead. And he says that with a matter-of-factness. The rest are dead. You know this.
What of the ones that I sent to the doctor and I haven't been able to reach?
And Prosecutor Dewdrop is going to step towards you and say, they're dead.
And the ones who did choose to take magic blockers or were given magic blockers, they haven't. They are back in society now.
They should be dead. And that's spoken by all of the voices in the room. The bailiff, the small jury that's there. And the judge is going to slam his gavel, much like you would hear when he's trying to remake order in the room. But it rings out, and with every slam, people leave. The room gets less crowded. Till it's just you, standing in the middle of an empty courtroom. And you have this innate sense as the words are spoken, that there the no, let me back up for a moment. Gavel is slammed. People in the room leave. And the judge is going to say, because you haven't saved anyone. And then you are left in the middle of an empty room. Just you standing there, holding your almost blank papers. And behind you, you feel a presence. Do you look?
Yes.
It is the bailiff who would normally take away the people to their prison cells, and he's holding a pair of manacles. And he's holding them out towards you.
I look towards where the defendant was.
He is there, but he is slumped over in his chair. Head resting on the table.
I gesture to the defendant. Are you here to take him?
The bailiff looks to you and says, I'm here to take you. Because isn't the person who plays a part in someone's death a criminal too?
I give him my hands.
And at the final click of the manacles being put on, you wake. And Seth sleeping in the corner. Or at this point, we'll say, when do you think Seth gets up, Connor? Like, is there a time you think Seth wakes up in the morning usually, if given the choice?
I think he prefers early mornings. Get some training in before the day really starts.
And he's probably gone.
Then he's probably gone. So you are alone in a room, woken up in the morning.
I um uh,
Mm. Ooh, there's food.
I look at my hands and then I get up, but I'm shaking and I go to make myself some morning tea. I try to move on, but thoughts continue circling.
Mm-hmm. For sure. So you start your morning with your morning tea. At this point, um, do we have any takers for who's next? You know what? Eeny, meeny, miny. That one. Hey, sapling. So, yeah. So you actually have a night without issue. And actually, this is a curious question for me though. Um, when you go to sleep at night, who is it that goes to sleep? Is it the worm? Is it sapling? Does it depend on who was in power last?
Um, it probably depends. It would definitely be sapling right now.
Right now? Okay.
Hmm.
Then I will say, despite the news of the day being sour, you do actually have a pleasant dream. You have a, well, pleasant, but how Sapling feels about it could depend. Um, it's kind of like a memory in a way of being back in the forest with Boulder and everyone else, and specifically a day where you would have possibly gone and helped with some of the gathering of herbs for the meal the night that night. Would have gone out with Seedling and helped out with that, and then came back, and Boulder would have thanked you and helped with everything. And all in all, there's no evil twist to the dream. It's just a pleasant dream. Um, how you feel about it upon waking, that's up to you. Um, but seeing Boulder's smiling face is bittersweet.
uh,
Yeah.
it is
Um,
bittersweet.
especially given the news from the day before. But I think you would wake specifically to Seedling, who would have stayed with you as long as you'd let them, if you'd given them any choice at all. Uh, they wouldn't have even tried to leave unless you had asked them to, and so I assume
Nah.
they'd be there when you wake.
Yeah.
And so they're curled up, sleeping there when you wake up. Um, and they look to you and say, kind of groggily, and say, "Good morning.
Good morning.
Uh, hope you had nice dreams. I kinda did.
What was what was your dream?
I was being chased by a really small dog, but it was really mean, and it wouldn't leave me alone.
Oh, you poor thing.
Yeah, and kind of like wipes the eyes and just stretches. Uh,
Big
I
stretch.
need I need something to eat.
Um, you wanna bring me back something?
Yeah, I can bring you back something.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes. And so they get up, they finish getting ready and head downstairs to grab food. Um, anything you want to do while they're gone?
Nope.
Okay. So a few minutes later, they bring food back up and hand you. They just grabbed kind of like an assortment of things that they knew you'd probably like, um, and something to drink. And they plop down with their plate and sit down and start eating. And after a few minutes, I'll say, um, there is a light knock on your door.
Um, who is it?
You hear a little bit in your head, um, the voice of Byron, and he goes, "It is Byron. May I come in, please?"
Oh, yeah.
And door opens, and his large frame kind of squeezes through the door. Uh,
Relatable.
yeah, someone you can relate to in that way. Um, he squeezes through, and he looks to you and says, "I would actually like to borrow your friend here for a little while, if that is okay."
I just kind of look at Seedling like, okay, go if you want.
Uh, you are close, so I did not want to. I wanted to make sure you did not have plans.
No, no, it's fine. I let him out sometimes.
He just smiles and nods, and then looks at Seedling, and there's a quiet conversation that happens between the two of them before Seedling looks to you and says, "Uh, well, I'll see you later today, hopefully, if you're not busy."
Yeah.
And just smiles and finishes eating really quickly, and then runs out the door. Um, then you are left to whatever the day brings for you. But first, I want to pop over to uh, Edna. Hello, by the way. Thank you for joining us. Um, so you, um, so at this point, you would wake in the morning, um, to smells of breakfast being made. I think at this point, with how often you hang out, Bubbles would have just he would either be outside the door or he would just chill in your room. Um, if you let him, like he
Bubbles
vibes. He
can
has
chill
nowhere
in
else to
here.
go. Okay. So he you wake up to him curled up with his cat in the like on the bedside table or one of the tables in the room. And but aside from him, smell food that was freshly prepared for the morning. Um, but you also, as you kind of sit up and you look over toward the window, you see that there's just a bird just perched there. Um, in fact, I'll say looks almost like it's a falcon,
Oh
and it's
my.
just staring at you. Do you wish to do anything about this weird bird?
Is the
Or
window open?
the actual window itself is closed, but the curtain is open, and so it can see in. But you do have a curtain on the inside.
Okay. I'm gonna go over slowly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna open the window.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna stare at it the whole time I'm doing this.
You go over, you get to the window, and as you're going to open it, it begins to fly off, but not before setting something on the like in the windowsill. And you see it's a small slip of paper.
Oh no. I don't like these. Edna's gonna grab the slip of paper, close the
Okay.
window, open it up. What's it say?
It says, "We have been watching.
Oh shit.
Meet us on Miscree in Miscree Courtyard."
Oh.
Which Miscree Courtyard? Go ahead and make a history check.
That's what's the check for that?
History would be wisdom, I believe. No, intelligence.
I think it's intelligence.
Intelligence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm not horrible. That's an 11.
11.
Yeah.
The name, you think it's something in the city, but exactly where it is, you're not 100% sure. You'd have to do some asking around or looking around.
Damn it. She's anything else on the paper? That's it.
That is all.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Detect Magic on it.
Okay. You cast Detect Magic. It does not ping as magical. However, the paper itself, however, I will tell you, there's faint hints of magic on it, as if it has been near magic recently, specifically druidic magic.
Damn it. When I find forget who left this here, going to snap their birdie neck. I wonder if they look like a bird outside of bird. Hmm. Anyways, Edna's gonna go downstairs to the food. Is Bubbles
Okay.
woken up to any of this?
Bubbles hasn't, as you've learned, very heavy sleeper.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
Edna's gonna go downstairs, get some food for herself, and small things for Bubbles and the cat. And
All
while
right.
she's down there, she's gonna find someone else and be like, "Hello, do you know where Musk Creek?" So I can't. You read it. I can't pronounce.
I think the person you'd find at that point would probably be Maximilian the Wizard. And you kind of approach him, and he looks at it, looks at you. Let me look at. Yes, let me see. Miss Creek Courtyard. Um, yeah, that's all right. So, are you headed there? Is that a place you need to? Where did you get this?
Uh, Person I know. They recommend I see it. They write down. They want me to meet them there today.
Okay. It's right inside the city gates. He gives you like vague directions of how to get there.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, can't miss
Then
it.
let's. Good.
Mm.
Well then, Edna's going to finish eating her food, take something up for Bubbles and the cat.
He takes. He's like, oh, thank you. Needed that.
Yeah, I know. Anyways, I'm off. I have a. Was there a time on the paper?
There was not.
I'm uh. I'm off. I'll be back eventually, or I'm going to die. I don't know which yet.
Uh, Preferably not death. Good luck.
Thank you. If you'd like to follow, you can, but I'm going now.
I'll follow at a distance, just in case.
Okay. I'll give you a minute to eat, and then we can go.
All right. And he will very quickly just scarfs down the food and then gets ready to go. Doesn't bring the cat, but it's just like, I'll keep up. Don't worry.
I'm cool. If anything seems to be going wrong, come back here to get someone to help, or if it looks like you can handle it, jump in and help.
Gives like a little thumbs up. Can do.
Well then, Edna's gonna just strut out the place, ideally
Okay.
without seeing anyone else, because she doesn't want to explain this right now.
You know, fair and valid. And so you are out. And if any of the other people that live in the place see you, doesn't say anything. Um, so you start heading to Mystery Courtyard. Um, so exactly following the directions, going through the gate. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. That is a 22.
Okay. So you were given vague directions and also kind of like basically like a sign to look for, sort of like, oh, if you see this sign, take a right here and you're there. And so following directions, looking for the sign, you eventually find it. The sign was just for like a shop, um, an alchemist shop. So you see the sign, you take a right, and you're standing in the middle of a um, small courtyard. The center, there's a um, sort of ornate fountain. Um, where you are almost feels like you're in the courtyard of like a fancy mansion. Almost like you're not supposed to be there, but you see other people milling about that look like just members of the populace. So this is a public space, even if it doesn't necessarily look like one from just standing there. Um, but you just see people walking around. You don't immediately, I'll say with that same perception roll, you don't see anybody that looks super weirdly out of place, not more than you
Do I
anyway.
see any small animals that look suspiciously out of place?
I'll say for that specifically, go ahead for another perception check.
17.
17? I'll tell you, you do see Bubbles. With that, you do see he's perched himself up in the gutter of one of the houses, one of the buildings nearby. You also see, kind of on the opposite side from where he is, there is that same falcon. And you notice now that you're really looking, it had a like a really weirdly red feather along the right side of its face. And you note that this one also does, so it must be the same.
Hmm.
And it's watching you. It has noticed you.
Is there anywhere to like sit down?
Yeah, there's some benches. There's also a couple like picnic style tables.
Can I sit on a bench where I have a good view of the falcon, and I'm just gonna stare at him.
Okay. So you sit and you stare. And again, you can see it has seen you. And after about a minute, some of the people that were in this area start to file out. And it's not all at once. It's sporadic, so it seems natural. Just people moving on. And then some new people enter. They're dressed in leathers, some of them with some furs, but it is cold in this region, or colder. And the falcon flies to one of their shoulders. This man is tall, I'd say probably somewhere in the 6'5" area. He's got sort of a trimmed goatee, long braided black hair. Although the goatee does have a bit of like white in it. He's a little older, you can tell, or getting older. And he approaches you. He stops about maybe 15 feet away from you. And he looks at you and says, "You Edna?"
It depends on who's asking.
"Just someone who's very interested. That's all."
We're gonna talk about this here, or we're gonna go somewhere else?
Here's probably a good place. Don't worry, it's a safe place.
Yeah, you say so.
I do. Specifically, the ears and eyes of the church don't often look here or listen here.
Hmm.
So, and he's gonna take a seat. He's gonna kind of like a couple of his guys bring one of the benches over, and he takes a seat on it. So, call us an interested party. We're a group of druids, dryads, the like, that live in the area. And we're looking for people who share our beliefs. And when somebody with similar talents shows up in the area, hard to really not notice. If you catch my meaning.
I understand.
So I was hoping might be able to have a little chat and see if you're with us or against us, and decide where to go from there.
What would it mean if I was with you?
Well, if you were with us, it comes with some benefits, like,
Let me rephrase that. What are you for?
it's easier to tell you what we're against, truthfully. We're against this whole place, truthfully. Not wanting it to be torn down or anything. There are people who live here. But the forests around it suffer, the animals are too scared to come near, and this government we have in place doesn't really want to do anything about it. So if they won't do anything about it peacefully when we ask, then maybe we have to teach them a little bit of a lesson.
Well, if that's what you're against, I would agree. I am against that. And like they say, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Very true. So we may have a kindred spirit here. I would say.
Well,
Hmm,
you say you don't want to tear the place down. Personally, I would. But if that is not what you're about, I can restrain myself.
as long as you can. Listen, there are people who live here, so gotta care for them.
Yes, and some of them who live here destroy the place, and I don't know if they deserve to live here.
Well, how about this then? A little bit of a test, if you will.
Hmm.
Out in the woods, a little bit southwest of here, there's a logging camp. And they've been taking a little bit more than their fair share and not really replanting as much as they should. So, I'm blurry as fuck for some reason. I'll fix that. Hold on. If you could have a chat with them, I would appreciate it.
And by have a chat, does it have to be civil?
Oh, it doesn't have to be anything. Uh,
Good.
I would say if you can, that'd be preferable, just in case we have to do dealings with them in the future. But I suppose it doesn't have to be civil.
Hmm. Well, I'm going to be honest, if they're taking more than their fair share, I'm not sure me walking up to them will work.
True. How you go about it is up to you. I leave it up to your discretion. But I would say if you can avoid killing them, that would be preferable, so that the logging operations can continue just a little better regulated.
I'll see what I can do.
I would say they have quite a few people there, so if you have any friends, I would take them with you,
I was going
just in
to ask
case
if I
things
need
go
to do
wrong.
it alone.
No, not at all. We're more about results, not how you do it.
Hmm, that's a dangerous mindset.
Uh, Call it a
But
little bit of faith in people.
yeah, but I do suppose this seems to be a dangerous group.
We're a small little band, so we take whatever we can get. Well,
Understood. Well,
almost.
I'll see what I can do. If you have nothing else, I'll see myself home.
I don't believe I have anything else. But do this for us and we'll be grateful. You'll get a reward and maybe some future work.
Excellent. I'll see what I can do. I make no promises.
Ah, probably for the best. Promises are easy to break.
That they are. And given my life the past month, woof, we'll find out.
Mm.
And with that, Anna's gonna get up. Well, goodbye then. And she's gonna leave.
Okay. And perfect. So you get up and go, and I'll say, um, you do as you go. You hear this man say something to you. It is in. You know what? Go ahead and make just a flat intelligence check. It's not a language you would inherently know, but you might pick a word or two.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. Um, Druidic as a language, at least the modern Druidic, is based on something else. A much, much older language. And there are some words that did not carry over. But you hear little bits of it occasionally. And what you essentially hear is a very broken version of Gayathra be with you, which Gayathra is the primordial earth goddess.
Do I know how to say "and with you" in this language? Or do I know what the words are, at least? And I can severely mispronounce them.
Honestly, I would say off of what you heard and with that roll, yes, you could.
Cool. Edda's gonna turn around and global Gook.
Perfect. All right. And a bit of a smile at that, and then they begin to make their way out of the courtyard themselves. And so, where would you go at this point?
Back to the bastion, the
Okay.
place.
Back to the place. Got it.
I was gonna call it a mansion, but I'm like, is it a mansion? I don't know.
In a weird way, it could be, yeah. Could be considered one. It's weird. It's funky. It's a high rise.
It-
Anyway,
It's a building. We're in a building,
Back-
guys.
back to the building. Back to the goddamn building again. Okay. Well, at this point, yeah, I mean, there's a few things that could happen, this day. Um, so you end up making your way back. I know some of
would
you
like
guys
to-
had. Oh yeah.
At some point, I would like to
Mhm.
talk to like everybody, ideally in one place, about what I've been asked.
Okay. I mean,
It doesn't have to be now, though.
okay. I was gonna say, like, if you guys have nothing specifically right this very second, could do that now.
If
Basically,
someone else
all
has
of you
something else to
guys.
do, they can do something else. I've been yapping a while.
You're fine. Um. So who has something they would like to do at this point? At this point, I'm opening it up to you guys. I have done a few things and started things, but you guys had some stuff you wanted to do. So, floor is open. What do you want to do?
What time is it right now?
I would say at that point, probably like 10:30, 11 in the morning. It's before noon.
Okay. My thing, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna do it later in the day.
Okay. Does anyone have anything earlier in the day? I guess we'll start with that. Anything that would be earlier in the day. No? Okay. Then at any point in the day, after afternoon. Anyway.
In the afternoon, if I'm not approached by anybody, I might well, I might go find Seedling to tell him as well,
Okay.
because Sapling has asked.
I think you'd go looking for Seedling, and they'd be in the midst of just finishing up something for Byron at this point. Just finishing up doing some work for him, and they see you approach and go, "Oh hey, hi, what can I do for you?"
I have something a bit well, it's something you won't want to hear, but I should tell you.
Oh, is Sapling okay?
Oh, yes, Sapling is fine. It's um actually it's White Sapling has been in a bit of a state recently.
Oh, okay. What is it then?
Well, neither of you were present during when you right before you got lost, and so I neither of you heard, but the man who was in our camp, he said he said he killed that Boulder fellow you were looking for. He is gone now. We took care of it, but the revenge, that is, if you would want to go there for it, it's done. But I told Sapling yesterday, and he asked me to tell you.
Seedling kind of. With Sapling, there was this immediate sadness. Seedling kind of looks puzzled more than anything and says, You mean Boulder's dead?
I think it's highly likely, yes.
I don't know. I just heard from him. I meant to say something to Sapling, but I got so busy comforting, and I just
Hmm?
well, I wanted to wait until after Sapling felt better. I just heard from Boulder yesterday. I got a message, kind of like what you did.
Oh. Well, then I suppose that he was lying.
I mean, he had to have been lying, right?
I probably, if you did get a message from Boulder.
He wanted to. I mean, it was a short message. It was very brief. Uh, he said that he wanted to meet because he's been hiding.
Where?
He said the name of a place. I wrote it down. Hold on, and actually like pulls out a map. It's like I wrote it down as soon as I did. Um, oh Jesus, police. Um, it's a place called Norfolk. I don't think I've actually ever been there.
Hmm. What
Um,
was that?
uh,
Have
it is
character?
Norfolk, which is Nar Folk, Folk. Um, it is, if you look on the map, it is part of the Farthane Wilds of Idux. It is like not straight west from Bermsley, but like a little bit northwest. Um,
Ah,
in the snowy area. Um, he said he wanted to meet there. He said he'd been fleeing with a few other people, part of our group, and then, well, finally was able to settle down there. Just couldn't get a hold of anybody.
hmm. Well, I suppose after we're done in Bermsley, we can head over there. I wouldn't recommend going after him uh yourself, though. Sapling cares a lot about you, and I wouldn't want anything bad to happen in case, well, it's good to be cautious.
Oh, of course, I understand. Um, well, I mean, I suppose if that's what had Sapling in such a bad mood, maybe this will help. I thought it might be too much at once, so I wanted to wait. But now that I know, I wish I'd said something sooner.
Well, it's good that you know now, and you can go make him feel a bit better.
I think I might go do that right now. And Seedling is going to make their way off then towards hello s'mores. No, okay, so what our cat just did, which I will elaborate, is basically what Seedling is going to do to Sapling's room. Go up and immediately just paw open the door and just stare in through the crack in the door. And it's gonna say, "Hey, Sapling." I'm guessing Sapling would probably still be there.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, "Hey,
Hey,
I have good news," and is gonna fully bat open the door and walk in. That is
uh,
what Spores did.
yeah, what's up?
So I heard about why what you made you so upset, but I might have good news.
Um, okay.
So in Chiron said that Boulder was gone because that's what that evil guy said. But I heard from Boulder yesterday.
You wait, really? How? What?
He sent me a message. He said he's in Norfolk.
Uh, where's that?
And pulls out a map and shows you a little
Yeah.
bit northwest of here, over here in the snowy area. Um, he says he's there with others, survivors.
Wait, but so how how did you hear this? Like, you know it was him? Like,
We,
did,
yeah,
did it sound like him?
it sounded like him, and it talked like him, and I mean that's how that message works. I think you just know.
Well, that's great.
I know. I'm sorry I didn't say anything yesterday. I thought you were upset about something else. I didn't want you to feel too many emotions.
No, uh, ugh. Yeah, I have been feeling too many emotions, but but this is good.
This is
I'm
good.
so happy.
But we'll have to go see him at some point. But I think Chiron brought up a good point. We should probably be safe and wait until it's we can go safely.
Uh, well, yeah, I guess. Hopefully that won't be too long. I really would like to see him.
Yeah, I know. I just I didn't know. I didn't expect it. I'd given up hope.
Yeah, it's almost more surprising that that he's okay. I mean, bless his heart, but I mean, it's it's surprising.
Yeah. I wonder who else is there. I didn't really get the chance to ask, and well, I can't do that by myself. But I mean, he says there's others, so it could be. I mean, who knows? Who knows who's there?
Yeah, I know. Oh wow. Oh wow. Well, that's something to look forward to.
Yeah, yeah. Um, did you have any? I'm just gonna be here. Uh, I mean, I guess now planning out what what I'll say and everything. But did you have any plans for the day?
Um, well, I was kind of thinking about something. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it, but I was sitting here feeling horrible all day, so I was like, maybe I should go do something. And now I think it'd be more of a celebration, which is more appropriate.
No,
So
that's
I,
good.
I had a I had a plan.
Well, that's good. Well, now you have something to celebrate. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta figure out what I'll say. I haven't seen him in so long, and just like starts kind of trailing off, and is basically like walking around like, oh, what am I gonna say, and just trying to collect themselves.
Yeah, you think about that. That's actually a really good point, and I should think about that. But I'll do that when I get back.
No, well, have fun.
Yep. I'm going to take someone to that secret place he showed me. But just one person. So I
Oh,
said not
oh,
to bring too many.
okay, true, yeah, but yeah, I mean,
Mm.
a few people's okay.
Yeah. I'll just bring one. Just another guest. I mean, you brought me. I'll bring Seth. I'm sure he won't actually. I'll tell him
Oh,
not to bring too many people.
oh yeah, if
It'll
you
be
tell him
fine.
not to bring too many people, he wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's gonna start. Well, he looks like shit right now because he's just been
Mm.
crying in bed all day. So he's just gonna get ready, and then
Okay.
and then go find Seth afterwards. I think I might know where Seth is.
Yeah, might have an
Hmm.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
So
so you go looking for Seth, and you find Seth.
yeah.
Where does Seth be found?
For once, not in Chiron's room.
What the fuck?
That was the first place I checked.
He's actually kind of hiding out in I
Well,
forgot what it's
I'm not.
called. The
I'm not sure
arena?
where
Is that
Seth
what it is?
is.
Yeah. Oh yeah, go to Karen's room. And Karen's like, I have no fucking idea. He's not here.
He's been downstairs training himself for a little while.
Mm.
For most of the day, really.
So you head down. You're looking for Seth, asking around, and eventually get told he just never left the training area. He's been there all morning.
Oh,
Um,
jeez.
which, uh, when you get down there, you see a one-armed Seth,
I
with like
forgot.
with a little stub, that's just wailing on something.
so, so I come down. I'm like, hey, Seth, what are our arm? Uh, what, what are you doing? So kind of glancing back and forth between like the face and the arm.
Um, getting better at using everything but my arms, considering.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a story, but um, I was wondering if. Well, I just got some good news, so I'm kind of excited. So I was wondering if you wanted to I don't know, hang out. I found a place that you might like to go.
Uh, sure. I don't see why not.
Yeah,
I
it'll
guess
be fun.
it's better than being stuck here, right?
Yeah.
When do you?
I forgot it's still morning.
It could be afternoon if you want it to be. The day's kind of flowing through.
I mean, yeah, I'd like it to be if no one else has anything to do beforehand.
Nobody seemed to, so yeah.
Okay. Yeah, whenever you're ready.
I should probably clean up a little bit first, but then I'm happy to.
All right. Well, just come find me then.
It shouldn't take long.
All right.
And he's gonna do exactly that and clean himself up, then find Sapling.
Yay.
All right. And so you go find Sapling, and I'll say, Seth, on your way out, um, you're kind of like you're cleaning yourself up, cleaning the area up, and Marcus, the gladiator type human dude, comes down the stairs like, "Yeah, don't put that away. I'm gonna. What the fuck happened to you? You know what? I'll figure it out."
Ask Byron.
All right. Well, yeah, he's always getting people into trouble. All right, and he's gonna start going at shit. Which he's down there almost as much as you are. You've noticed that since you've been here, he's down there a lot. Um, but yeah,
We should spar sometime. When I'm not busy, of course.
you'd lose even with both arms.
You only think that.
We'll see. And he flashes a smile. And yeah. Which, you know what, Seth? Go and make a perception check.
Connor forgot to open up Seth's sheet. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh God, you're gonna need that at least for
Your
one thing when you go out.
Your plus to perception is like 50.
Yeah.
It's a +6. Not that bad.
I say with my plus 10 to Arcana checks.
19
Ridiculous.
total.
19. Yeah, okay. Anyway, continue on. So,
So, where'd you have in mind? Talking to Sapling as he walks up.
So I tried to go back to the stream and figure out what it was called. And I didn't.
Find it.
But I want to take him down to the place of the resistance.
did
I don't
put
know
that
what it
name
was.
somewhere? Hold the fuck on.
I don't know if it was named.
It was. And I know roughly what it was, but I want to see if I have the actual name.
Well, yeah,
Um,
I'm starting to remember the cogs. The cogs in my brain are turning.
the Cogs, a place that exploded. Um,
Hmm.
no, it was something like the Lonely Wolf Tavern or something.
It
That's
was
what,
it was
you know,
something like that. I know it was like the adjective noun. I don't know
yeah.
exactly what it was.
You know what? That's going to be its name, the Lonely Wolf
Oh,
Tavern.
okay.
It's almost like the adjective noun is what a lot of taverns are called.
No
Literally,
way. No way. But yeah, he's gonna like whatever it is called, says that. And gonna like, start going there, but gonna walk and talk. So it's like this underground place. And when I say underground, I mean literally and figuratively. Um so um it's not really, it's kind of secret, not a lot of people supposed to find out about it. But I thought you would like it. And I mean it they just said to keep the members down. It won't hurt if I bring one person. So I wanted to show it to you.
That I can keep secret.
It's just to get there. Have hmm, have you ever stood on a floor and then it started going down?
Like an elevator.
Uh, Maybe. That's gonna happen. So, just just letting you know. This dumbass doesn't know what a fucking elevator is.
It's fine. He's okay. Poor Sapling.
Poor creature. Um,
Horses don't normally go on elevators. So
the
it's
horse used
fine.
the elevator. I didn't know he could do that.
Yes, exactly.
But when they get to said elevator, I feel like he's just gonna like sit down while it's going.
Okay. So you arrive to the large lighthouse spire. You go inside, make your way to the elevator, and the operator looks at you and goes, "All right, where can I take you?" As you're sitting down, he's like, where can I take you?
The adjective noun.
The adjective noun. And he kind of like looks both ways. You're trying to go to the adjective noun? No, I know. The Lonely Wolf, you say the name of the place. He's like, you're trying to go to the Lonely Wolf? How'd you find out about that place?
A friend brought me, and now I'm bringing a friend, and that's it.
Ah,
No more after that.
a friend.
Mhm.
Got it. A friend. Well, our mutual friend, tell him I say hello. And he pulls it
Okay.
and starts lowering down, which, Seth, you can see the grate in the floor. You see the floor approaching and you pass through it. But yes, you begin your descent. Sapling, you are laying down and it's, or sitting down, and it's lowering down. You pass through the floor. You feel that weird sensation as you pass through, as if it's somewhat solid. But you make your way to the bottom, and the ride operator says, "All right, now just, again, uh, you don't know about this place."
Yeah.
Yeah. And he
I
kicks you
know.
both off.
I forgot to warn you about the floor. Well, I told you about the floor, but I forgot to tell you about the floor. Sorry about that. To Seth, he says.
Yeah.
Uh, and we
Sorry,
go.
dog was trying to bark.
Oh, the creature.
Hush. It's fine. It was a little weird.
And so, uh, and so we go.
So you go, make your way down the small hall toward the closed door, and through. You find yourself in the middle of the tavern, which is, the last time you were here, it was, there were a good number of people in here, but there was still plenty of sitting room. Today it is packed. The
Oh,
number of people, it's, and you can actually see why. You could hear why before you entered the room. There's a stage on one side of the room that takes up a good bit of it. And on that stage is a band playing. And it's, to kind of set the idea of what's being played, it's very bluegrassy, but with like boot stomping. It's very rowdy. Um, there's actually a song, if you've never heard it, I recommend listening to it, that is very similar to what's being played. It's from I forget the full name of the movie. One of the Hunger Games style movies, though. It's Nothing You Can Take From Me, boot stomping version specifically. It's on the soundtrack from the movie. Very good song. That is the type of song that's being played here. It's very loud, rowdy, and once you start to listen to the lyrics, a little bit anti-government. So it's great. But people are packed around this stage, drinks in hand, some of them food in hand. The bar is mostly empty because everybody that would be there is currently on or near the stage. Um, but you see the bartender, Reese, is behind the bar as he usually is. Where do you two go?
uh, well, I'll just go find a seat for Seth. And I'll sit not on a seat, not at the bar, probably, close. A reasonable distance away from the stage because ugh.
Fair. Okay. Um, Seth, you see this, you have your seat. What is your reaction to all of this?
There's definitely a bit of a smile creeping on his face, just a little bit. But he's still wearing his cloak and keeping himself covered at this point, as he does outside of the bastion.
Okay.
Didn't take you for liking a place like this.
Well, well, firstly, it wasn't so crowded when Sunny took me, but I mean, I didn't dislike it. I
Um,
mostly thought you might like it.
it is pretty cool so far. Also, didn't really take you for someone to drink, so
I mean,
are you?
um, well, I haven't really tried, but I wouldn't be against it. I've had the occasional wine.
Just wine?
Uh, I think there was. Hmm. Yeah. I remember there was something that pretty much just ended up in him seeing a lot of spiders, so we're just gonna try to forget about that.
I don't remember that, but that's lovely. Okay. I'll
How about
say,
this?
yeah.
I'll go order us a couple drinks. Surprise
Okay. Are you old enough to drink?
you. I'm gonna assume so, considering everywhere else has let me drink before. Plus,
Well,
Chiron said he thought I was. I think he said something 24. That's old enough to drink, right?
yeah. Well, just be careful.
No. And as he's like walking away, he kind of waves his hand. I've drank too many times with Holocaust. It'll be fine.
Oh no.
We'll see how fine it is. So you end up walking up to the bartender who wasn't very far away. And he just kind of watches you approach, and you see the sort of grayish blue skinned tiefling with the big folded wings over the shoulders. He's just polishing a glass. You are going so where? Oh, okay. I was like, you're vanishing. Good. Oh no, where did you go? No. And he watches you as you approach and says, "Hello, friend. I don't recognize your face. What can I get you?"
Uh, First time here.
Welcome, new clientele. I see you have a friend. I do recognize your friend's face, and I never forget a face.
Nice. Ah, just coming up here to order a couple of drinks.
Anything in particular?
Something lighter for the horse. Surprise me. I've tried a few things.
Sounds good. I can do. Let me ask a question about your friend. They strike me as somebody. Something tropical, maybe?
I think he might be interested in something like that.
And is going to immediately get to work. Don't know what Sapling would like, but I know this is something I liked that I tried. It's a pineapple upside down cocktail. Phenomenal. Um, God, had a company party we went to. I had way too many of those. So it throws together something like that. And then for Seth, you say surprise me. You have no fucking idea what it is, and he doesn't tell you. But you have your two drinks, and he says, if you need anything else, you can bring it here. Are you wanting to start a tab?
Yeah.
Tab it is. And he'll begin writing. What name should I put?
Seth.
Seth. Nice to meet you, Seth. And he's going to write that down. Enjoy.
And he'll take the drinks and bring them back, putting the one in front of Sapling.
Yay. he'll take the glass and he's like, I want to state for the record, when I brought you here, I thought we'd be getting you like some sushi, but this'll be okay. And he'll drink.
I mean, we could eat too.
It's probably a good idea.
Considering I skipped breakfast, maybe.
You what? Oh my goodness.
I got focused on beating up dummies.
Well, focus on filling your stomach.
Well, I definitely can now.
Oh no.
I do need for the drinks for both of you to make a Constitution save.
Hooray.
And you
Oh,
can just
really?
shout them out.
Well, you're no fun. And I'm a sorcerer.
16.
16. Seth, it burns. But you've had worse. Olakas has definitely given you worse. As part of training. So you're fine. What'd you get, Sapling?
I got a natural 20 for a total of 25.
It's sweet, it's a little bit sour, very pineapple forward. Very good. You're fine.
I'm a big old horse. I'm not no
Big ol'
lightweight.
horse. Hell yeah. Okay. Well, what now? Food time?
Yes.
Okay. So he eventually approaches as you're starting to sip at your drinks. Bartender approaches and says, could I get either of you something to eat?
Well, do you have like sushi plates here?
Sushi plates. Oh, it's adorable. No, closest thing we have would be some type of fried fish.
Oh,
Works for me.
gotta.
Fried
Yeah,
fish
okay.
works?
I'll have that too.
Okay, sounds good. And he'll go and a few minutes later we'll bring a couple plates of basically like fried and battered cod. And I'll add that on the tab as well. Any other drinks?
I'll take another.
Same thing, something different?
Something different.
Do you want a big surprise or like something unique or just something whatever?
Fuck me up.
Oh, you should not have said that.
Oh no.
And what about you? What was your name again? Sapling? Correct?
Yeah. Surprise me too, but a bit less than you're gonna surprise him.
That I can do. Time to pull up my drinks table.
Oh no.
Oh, I love my drinks table. I don't have my printed one anymore. Both of you roll me a D100 and put your rolls in dice rolls, and I'll see what you got on the table. Oh no. This is actually a different list from the one I normally use, so this should be fun.
So Seth
God.
isn't gonna get the emotional devastation special.
Well, there are.
Except it's gonna be spiders.
I don't know what's on this
Hopefully.
list, to be honest, so it could be
I
worse.
rolled a 1.
A
Oh.
1?
Oh.
Oh God. Okay,
got an
no,
easy one.
this one's pretty great though. Let me hold on. So Seth, you get this drink that's just putrid green. There are chunks. Yeah, okay. Seth, you drink it? Yeah. That is the most disgusting thing you have ever put in your mouth. Like, you're pretty sure you could lick the back of a corpse and it would taste better.
I've bitten Drababen.
Well, not Seth. Uh,
Yes,
wait,
Seth.
Oh, he
Seth
did.
bit
He
Drababen.
did. You know what? Tastes about the same.
Oh no.
So for the next long rest, you will not regain HP, because you'll be too busy vomiting and feeling awful all night. Right now you feel fine.
No.
Right now you feel okay. But later, it's gonna hit.
Do you want that con save?
Yes, you make a con save, and then tell me what that is, and then I'll go to Sapling and see what you get. I have to scroll to yours anyway. It's all the way other end of the spectrum.
And there we go. That's an 8.
That is a level of drunkenness equal to a level of exhaustion. Okay, this is really funny. Okay. So Sapling, you get this sort of yellowish brown drink, lots of foam on top. Like too much. It's like an ale, basically. Um, let's see here. It has a like an earthy smell, almost reminiscent of mushrooms, weirdly enough.
Oh.
And you're just like, okay, and you drink it, and or do you drink it, or do you decide not to?
Yeah, I'll drink it
Okay.
with a bit
Uh,
of caution.
so you drink it. First off, make me a con save for your drunkenness.
Oh, why did I just roll? Why did I just roll a D100? Hang on. Okay, that is.
Rolled a
a-
6-5 on his save.
Right.
That is a 12.
12. So that is a level of drunkenness. However, you are
Hurrah.
going to gain 2 from this.
Oh.
But first, you become enraged, as in the barbarian ability. Like, you just
Oh.
start to barbarian rage. You feel really... You don't know if it's the music hyping you up, or the fact that that was so gross, or just the bartender's stupid face. But for some reason, you just get really Midwestern angry. You can... So this only lasts for like a few seconds, because you don't take any damage of any kind. But yeah, and then the reason you gain a second level of drunkenness is because that happens when the effect wears off, which it does almost immediately. So you gain 1, you're like, a little tipsy, but also angry. And then, whoa.
Oh no.
Yeah. By the way, in case you're curious about the name, Sapling, you just had the Gut Shaker, and Seth, you had Goblin Grog. I'm gonna just go ahead and put that list somewhere for later. All right. So that is your current states. Anything you want to do? Anything else?
Well, let's see.
You
So how in what am I trying to say? What is 2 levels
Oh.
of drunkenness like?
So drunkenness levels are just the same as exhaustion levels mechanically. However, as far as what it's like, you feel really sluggish, just not as spry as you would be. Like, if you were to stand, you feel a little shaky on your feet. You got the head fuzz
Okay, so
a little bit.
kind of drunk, kind of getting there.
Kind of, yeah. Like, mechanically, your speed is halved and you have disadvantage on ability checks. So you're kind of just slow and not very...
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna start, picking at his spoon. So, you ever have fried fish?
No, that's a pretty good question. I don't know. Probably. Maybe. I don't know. I've tried
Wow.
all sorts of fish.
But you but you had like was it the first you had sushi when Alish bought you some?
Definitely.
That's kind of weird. Like you just yeah, like you're like a pescatarian and you just like eat nothing but fish, but you hadn't had sushi.
Here's a question. How much did you spend on said sushi?
I don't remember. Don't worry about it. It was a treat.
What I'm saying is I don't think I normally would afford it.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So what's it like being a pescatarian?
I don't know. I eat fish. And vegetables, fruit. I just don't eat meat.
Oh, so you like you do eat plants then. I
Of
kind of thought you like
course.
only ate fish.
No. I mean, like,
Well, then that's good.
this isn't a choice per se either. I just eat when I'm able to.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. I kind of get that. I had like fish is like I like it, but I kind of had to grow to like it cuz it's like when you go and you live at a place that's called like the Woodland Riverfront Reeds, you kind of get a lot of your food from the river. Um, so there was a lot of fish to be eaten. So, fish is like it's okay. Had so much, it's fine. It's not like a delicacy anymore though. It's not like anything special.
Speaking of like special diets and things, how do you handle it eating meat? You're half horse.
Um, I I don't know. Uh, I don't know. Just it isn't really usually a problem. I just kind of eat it, and then I'm like, wow, that tasted really good. I don't know if I don't know if it's good for my stomach, but it's very yummy and it's very easy cause of these, and he like pulls like his like lips back, shows teeth. Very helpful. Kind of like
Huh.
you. You probably tear a fish apart.
He like shows off his sharp ass fucking shark teeth. Definitely. I tear a lot of things apart.
Mm, yeah.
After during that pause, Reese, the bartender, comes up and is like, anything else I can get you? Hopefully things are to your liking.
Another
Oh
drink.
yeah, it's great.
Oh, another drink. And what about you, Sapling?
Sure, why not?
Do we want to do the fun table again, or do we want to do...
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
D100 time.
Yay!
Let's go gambling. See which one of these will kill
Let's
you,
go
because I haven't read through them
gambling.
all yet.
52.
52.
You make these fun table, or you find these fun tables. We gotta use them.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay. All right, Seth, you had 52, and Sapling, what'd you get?
47.
Okay, remember those numbers. I'll do 52 first since it's right in front of me. Um, okay. You get Seth this just clear. You think you get water at first. It is a clear liquid, looks like water. Do you drink it?
He's gonna sniff it first.
That ain't fucking water. Whatever that is, that ain't water.
It's getting drink. Downing it.
It's bright. It's almost like you drank and you know there's something in your mouth, but it's so airy you forget it's there. And then you just start to feel lighter, but stronger. You get a temporary +2 to your strength, +1 to acrobatics, and +5 to intimidation checks. It's called the Heart of the Halls. So put that down. +2 to strength, +1 to acrobatics, +5 against intimidation. Or
Oh,
2
hell
intimidation.
yeah.
And that is till your next long rest. Okay. So that's what you get. And 47, right? Sapling?
Yep.
Okay, let me read through this real quick. Oh god.
Oh no.
So it's a thick dark brown stout. It's approximately the thickness of eggnog. So it's like real thick. Do you take a drink?
Yeah, let's do it.
Very tasty, by the way. It's actually very good. But it is very thick. It does coat the mouth a little bit. And it almost starts to make you think of like gatherings with family or with friends. I need you to make a constitution. It says check, but I'm going to say save because I think that's what it means based on this. This is not for the
Okay.
drunkenness. This is for something else.
Oh boy. That is a 11.
That does fail. The DC was 13.
Ah, shit.
Sapling feels this compulsion to reveal to Seth one of his deepest, darkest secrets or extremely inappropriate or embarrassing stories. It doesn't have to be like some deep thing. It just has to be like something you would not tell somebody. This is called the drunken uncle.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh, wait, that's so hard. I have to think of something. Okay.
Yeah. You could make something up. It just has to be something embarrassing or inappropriate.
uh, okay, okay. How about those con saves?
Yes. While you think, I do need con saves from both of you for the drunkenness.
6.
6. Yes, that is a level of drunkenness for 6. I also just read
10.
what you put in No Mike and I fucking died. Sorry, what did Sapling get?
10.
10, that's drunk. Yeah, that's a level of drunkenness. So you're at 3. Seth, you're at 2. Also, for the third level of drunkenness, you get disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
Oh shit. Okay.
In addition to the other 2. So by the way, every future saving throw for you is going to be harder.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Sorry. Fucking okay, I just have to say, since people on stream can't see it, Connor just put in our no mic chat, I'm so glad I didn't get that because I totally would have had Seth go on a rant about his non-existent balls, and I don't know why that took me out so hard. It's just really funny to me. Okay, so Sapling, do you have anything?
I feel like I just need to start going. I have an inkling of an idea.
Okay, shoot.
So, you like bite people?
Yeah. Sometimes.
That's so weird. Yo, I feel like I think I used to bite people. I remember like when I first went to like came to the my home where I used to live, not New Hopeport, but like before that. Like I don't know. People acted like I was weird. I think I was weird. I was like feral. Like I think I bit people and was like weird. I don't really remember like much of anything of when I like first got there. Um, 'Cause that was like when I first started remembering anything, because I don't like remember anything before that. But like whatever was like messed up, like I think it was whatever like you said was in my head or something. I think that was like really bad. Like I was like a little creature. I don't know.
I mean, I don't see anything wrong with biting people. Sometimes it's the best way to get a point across.
Yeah, but you shouldn't like bite people casually. It's like if you're in a fight, you do what you gotta do to win the fight. So like you can bite people, but you shouldn't like bite your friends. Like if I bit you right now, you probably like kick my ass.
You mean like I bit your ass?
Yeah, like that. Yeah, I wasn't too happy about that, but it's like I'm a soft, you know. Now, I mean, I guess I didn't used to be. I guess I just bit people. But that was before I got my special, so it probably wasn't that bad.
You know what? He's gonna get up and he's gonna grab Sapling's. Come on,
Oh, where are we going?
just come with me.
Okay.
And he's going to start dragging Sapling up towards the stage.
It's so loud over here.
It's only getting louder too. But Seth is trying to drag you over. Do you fight it?
No, not really.
Okay, you're just going along for the ride.
Just complaining.
Yeah. And okay, you do have to kind of fight your way through the crowd, Seth, as you begin making your way up. But people kind of just, you bump into them and they turn and see the horse and go, "Oh, okay," and they just get out the way.
Blowing the China shop.
Basically, and these people are about as intoxicated as Seth, with some of them about where Sapling is. Some a little past that, but not much. Okay, how close are you getting?
Right up on it. And he's gonna look at Sapling. We should totally jump up there too.
Why would we do that?
For fun? Why else?
Well, what are we gonna do up there?
What do you think you do on a stage with a band?
I've never been on a stage, so I don't know. I'm stupid. You gotta talk to me like I'm stupid.
You sing? You join them?
I'll
Come on, it'll be
sing.
fun.
Whatever. Sure. Why not?
He's jumping up there. If Sapling joins them, Sapling comes too. That's up to Sapling.
The Sapling
Yeah.
joins.
How is Sapling going to get on the stage?
I'm gonna try.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna say, Sapling, I do need you to make me either an athletics or acrobatics check. Seth, are you aiding in any way in Sapling getting on the stage?
After he does some funky shit to get up there, because one, short, and two, monk shit, he will help Sapling. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
For Seth,
And that's gonna
you're
be
a
with
little...
disadvantage.
Yes, Seth. Well,
So
actually,
it's a straight roll.
Flat roll, because Seth is helping. I would have had
Oh,
Seth
okay.
roll,
Well,
but Seth, you can kind of climb up their monk shit. You're fine. having you roll would be a waste of time. But Sapling is really fucking drunk and also
Oh,
yeah.
well, Destiny knew that it was supposed to be a flat roll because I rolled the same thing on both die anyway. That is going to be a 11.
Okay. It takes effort, but your height, your size does help. Because it's not a huge stage. Like, this is in a bar. To be honest, if you were sober, you'd realize the step is not very high at all. It's just you're really drunk right now. That step looks real high. It looks like you have to climb a wall to get on that stage. It's like you have to lift your foot maybe half a foot off the ground. That's a task. So you and Seth are just, you're like really like, all right, bring that foot. Oh, hold on, a little higher. It's like
Oh, it's
Wardman the
beautiful.
stairs. But it's a journey, but you make it, and you were not defeated by the stage. The people are cheering, and some other people even are like, oh yeah, let's get on the stage, like start climbing on the stage. You've started something.
Oh no.
The band has not stopped though. They have continued. In fact, they're ramping up.
Oh fuck yeah.
This little shit is joining.
Are you gonna start performing?
Fuck yes.
Okay, Seth, a performance check.
You joining in, Sapling?
Yeah, he's just gonna copy whatever the fuck you're doing, pretty much.
Performance check from both of you. Both of you, it is with disadvantage because of drunkenness. There's no way you got nat 20s on that, Connor. There's no fucking way you got nat 20s on disadvantage.
No way. No way.
On this?
On disadvantage, especially, take pictures of that shit. Listen, I ain't mad if you did. That's amazing. That's just
I got
fucking
an 8.
hilarious that it happened on this.
What the fuck? This such is D&D luck.
Such as D&D. On a life-saving thing? No. But on this?
Nah.
Hell yeah. What did you get, though? And then Sapling, what was your roll?
I got an 8.
An 8. Okay. You know what? You think you are doing great. Holy fuck. Okay, I
Oh my
see it. I
God.
see it. Honestly, the vibes, even if Sapling, you aren't doing great, the vibes are immaculate, and it doesn't have to be great. You're in the middle of a room of drunk people. They're all having just as much fun, whether it's good or not. Seth, with nat 20, fuck, with 2 nat 20s even, on disadvantage, what's your total?
22.
22. I mean, you get in it, and you might not know the words. You might not really know all of what's going on, but you kind of take it over a little bit. And it doesn't matter if you know the words or not. Yeah. I mean, the people kind of start to cheer a bit, and even a few people that came in after you guys did that aren't nearly as drunk as half of this room are getting into it. And I mean, Sapling, you might have found a couple new friends as well, even just being up there. Because they're just like, there's a couple people like almost half trying to like hang off you, like, yeah.
Oh no.
It's getting rowdy. And that's about the time after the song is about to come to a close, and you know, some coins and things were thrown up on the stage, some of which you could have grabbed. Would either of you been grabbing during that time, or no? No.
I
Okay.
don't think so.
Then some stuff was thrown, whatever it was, whatever. And then a moment goes by, and you hear a whistle. And you hear Reese at the bar go, everybody out, quiet down, the police are here.
Oh shit. Oh no.
And the band immediately stops and starts packing their things quickly. People start filing towards another door, opposite the one that you had come in through. And Reese begins grabbing his things and starts packing things away and pulls the sign down and starts just closing things up. What are you two doing?
I guess let's go with the people.
Following the people. Okay. You just start following the crowd. It's a bit chaotic, but even the people, as drunk as they are following a sort of order. There's some people that are guiding the crowd, people who are clearly sober and are guiding the crowd out. And they start leading them through I'll say there are two different doors people are going through. One on the left, one on the right. Which do you guys choose? Drunk choices. I know.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. So you file out to the right, and quickly behind you, Reese ends up coming, carrying a briefcase and a few other things. He shuts and locks the door behind you as you guys were the last out. And then he just kind of keeps following you guys. The crowd eventually opens up into what looks like a sewer and begins filing down, taking a right, filing down that way. If at any point you want to do anything, you may say, I will keep describing until that point happens or until you're out.
I feel like I
You-
want to.
Hmm?
I just want to like hold Seth during this so I don't lose him in the chaos. He's so
For sure.
small.
For sure. And you're rushing and holding on to Seth. And from far off behind you here, they're down here, this way. And you can look and you can see there are guards pursuing.
How
Shit.
many?
There are 3. Why? And for a layout of this, you guys are basically walking almost single file on, like, the sewer has like the water in the middle and then there's the walkway on the sides on either side. You are on one of those sides. So these officers are basically having to come single file towards you. And then the only person behind you guys would be Reese, who at that point is just going to whoosh and just fly past you.
Fuck you.
Still staying with the crowd, but like kind of trying to help direct them away. Direct you guys away from them.
Seth is going to kind of pull himself away from Sapling's grip and turn around.
Oh god. Okay.
What are you doing?
Not letting good people get hurt.
Okay. So you stand your ground, Sapling. What are you doing?
I'm gonna stay
gonna
with my
continue
buddy.
Staying with your buddy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
After the officers are beginning to approach, they're at about 20 feet, and then smoke begins to surround both of you. And you hear, and both of you hear, right next to you, keep running, you fools. Don't let your lives go to waste. You hear Reese. Just go. We'll be fine. No heroics.
I want to go. I want to try to grab my friend and go.
Okay. You guys were right next to each other, and despite the lack of visibility, you can just reach out and you would be able to touch Seth, as you were right next to each other. Seth, Sapling has found you. What are you doing?
Currently reading something. One moment.
Fair enough.
I want to... Stupid fucking smoke. That is the problem. You fucking piece of shit, Reese. I love you, but fuck you.
Yeah.
He will keep moving,
Okay.
but as soon as he can see the sewer water again, he's going to cast Shape Water
Okay.
and move the flow of that water, kind of start going up onto where the guards would be looking. To at least confuse them, if not worse.
Let me look at Shape Water. So you're just wanting it to flow up and over the... basically onto the pathway.
Yes.
Okay. Let me see. 5-foot cube, okay. I'm gonna say, based on what you say here, because you're not changing the state of the water at all. You're simply just moving water onto the path. As you continue to go, you do hear as they pass through it, and the splash, and like some what the fuck, and a lot of confusion there because the smoke followed by that, it a little confusing. But you don't see it have any effect. Actually, you know what? I'll give a roll for here. Yeah, doesn't seem to have any actual effect, but a good idea. So you continue moving? Okay. You continue moving, and you have the 3 behind you, and you can see as you come to an intersection, you can see another group. It looks like the group that went through the other door that you guys did not choose. They're surrounded. And you can see Reese ahead of you. He sees it, goes, fuck. And stays with your group. You continue to run. Is there anything you want, anything you can do or would like to try to do to help your chances, group's chances? Do you want to stay with the group, break from the group? There are paths where you could break off from the group. What do you want to do?
Ooh.
If nothing, we can just continue on, but I want to give you the opportunity. And Connor looks like he's very intensely reading something, so I figure there might be something. So intense, just focus. And the big sigh because he's sick of my bullshit.
No, I'm not sick of your bullshit. I just have shit. I have nothing ranged. I'm a fucking monk.
Okay. Then do you
I
continue
have
on?
ranged stuff, but
There's
I
exactly
don't have ranged stuff.
one monk subclass that has ranged stuff, and it's called Sun Soul.
It definitely ain't mine. No, he'll keep up with the group. Oh.
So you keep running, and then you hear commotion from the front, and you hear whistles. And then the group approaches from behind, and there's a few more that have gathered. They're in front of you, they're behind you. The group's kind of drunkenly shifting from one side to the other, trying to figure out where to go. The only other area is water. The sewer water, specifically. Which isn't very deep. It's like maybe 5 feet, if that.
$5 feet, if that's so not deep. Yeah, it's taller than Seth.
True, yes. It's not, I'm not saying it's not deep, but in comparison to like a river that's going through town or something like that. Yes. And for someone like Sapling, that's especially not very deep because that wouldn't even, submerge you standing in it. But Garter in front, Garter behind, and they're looking to start making arrests. As they shout, all of you surrender, come back to the common area and we will sort you out. And
I'm
they
gonna
start kind of
check
leaving
something.
you. Okay.
Let's see. Okay. This is none of this is gonna go well. Firstly, um, I'd like to make an attempt to worm. I don't know how that's gonna go.
Oh
Because I've
boy.
never tried in these circumstances.
Oh yeah, interesting. Huh. Go ahead and make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. You piece of shit.
At disadvantage.
At disadvantage because you're drunk.
It can't get any worse. I rolled a natural one.
Hell yeah. What's the total?
You said it was an intelligence save?
Correct.
0.
It ain't happening, Chief. It just you
No!
try. Like the worm tries to take control and the brain is physically swelled. And you just can't. You cannot take that control.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, the plan failed at step 1.
Yeah. That's the worst part about the plans with steps is they can often fail at step 1.
Yep. We're not spider climbing out of this one.
Ah,
No, we're not doing it.
that's so sad.
Well, that was my only idea.
Hey, that's fair. That would have been a great plan. Okay. Seth, do you have anything? If not, you're going to be arrested. Or at least the first step of being arrested.
How many are there?
There are currently a couple more joined. I'll say there are 5 behind you, so against you guys. And then there are an unknown number in the front. You can't see through the crowd.
Can
Do
Sapling
they
see
like?
through the crowd?
I would say Sapling would have a better view than you.
Can you see how many are up front?
Can I see how many are up front?
Be a perception check with disadvantage.
At least my perception is good.
Yeah.
Well, it could have been a lot better. That is a 18.
You can see pretty clearly.
I forgot how busted.
You can see pretty clearly, and you have to focus a little bit to make sure you're not seeing double. There look to be 6 up front.
There's like 6 of them. And there's 3 behind us. What do those people look like? Do they have any equipment? How tall are these people? Tell me about these people.
Okay. They are most of them appear to be the pretty standard guard of the city, which wear a breastplate over a gambeson, sort of like a heavy tunic. They all are equipped with either a mace or a sword and some type of shield. Um, Most of them shield in hand, a couple of them on the back. They all do appear to be equipped with either a firearm of some kind, a basic like pistol, or a hand crossbow. There are a couple that don't have any melee weapons at all and are just bow equipped. They do have the sort of kettlebell helmets, the wide brim with the dome. Um, I would say, what else? Anything else really identifying? Um, I'll say that's the majority. Um, there. So again, there are 5 right up against you two, and then 6 in the front. On either end, there is at least one person who is wearing more churchly attire, looking like some type of cleric or lower armored paladin. They are still wearing like the similar like breastplate and such, but maybe with some of the half plate greaves and whatever. Their weapon seems to glean a little more. And they are, of course, wearing some type of, what's the word? Pendant or other symbol of a god. Or it may be plastered on the armor itself somewhere.
I don't want to get arrested. But I only have one idea. It's a really, really, really bad idea, and it's really stupid. Please tell me you have a better idea.
Is that Sapling or you talking?
Sapling.
Depends. What's your idea?
Just like, just try to charge through them and go. I don't know where we would go. I just don't want to get arrested.
About my best idea is fighting back.
Oh, those are both terrible.
One of the, I'll say the churchly type on your side is going to look to the both of you, since you're right on the edge, and be like, stop your muttering. Come with us, please, at once. We don't want any trouble. We don't want to have to hurt
Just give
anyone.
us a second. Hang on.
All right. No, he's just gonna be like, I just, please, we don't want any to have to hurt anyone.
Seth is actively growling.
They're gonna hurt us.
So, what are you doing? Or are you submitting? Or are you gonna fight back?
I have a question for Sapling.
Oh boy.
What does it look like Horse is gonna do? It doesn't matter what you're going to do. What does it look like the horse is gonna do?
He's so like tense and fidgety that it looks like he's gonna run, but where? Who knows?
How far away is the church looking bitch?
15 feet from you.
Would the horse be upset with Seth if Seth did anything?
Um maybe a little, but don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
for now, Seth's not gonna do anything. He's just gonna kind of stand in front of Sapling, almost like he's using himself to defend him. Not that that
Aw.
works much, considering he's so much smaller, but it's fine.
Okay. So you stand in front of Sapling, and the guard approaches a little more, about 10 feet at this point, and he kind of has one hand out defensively, one hand on his weapon. He does not have his weapon actively drawn, the rest do. And he kind of says, "Now, we're going to come along nice and peacefully. You're going to come with us." He's going to get to about 5 feet. And he's going to hand off the weapon. He's going to draw a pair of manacles. He's going to then see you only have one arm. He's going to put that away. And instead he is going to pull out a basically just a rope that would tie the arm down to your side. And he's going to come
As soon as he gets close enough, don't touch me.
then have your friend bind you. It's for our safety. I hope you understand. And he's going to look toward Sapling, and he's going to say, "Would you be so kind as to bind your friend here? I will have to inspect the bindings to make sure they are up to par."
He's just gonna look at Seth. I don't know. Do you want me to... Connor's going through it.
Yeah, I know.
I'm trying really fucking hard to not do something stupid, but this is Seth.
Just
Doing
do what
stupid
Seth would
things is
do.
in his nature, and he's drunk.
True. He would not be thinking clearly.
Does the guy try to hand the rope to Sapling?
He is holding it out, but he is not actively like here. Like it's just he's kind of like holding it and is basically like waiting to hear what the fuck you're gonna say.
And Sapling is looking to you for a, is
He's
this
waiting on a
okay?
response.
Go ahead. But whenever he does reach out to give it to Sapling, he's going to go for his arm with a bite.
And so it begins. Okay. Sorry, say something for me real quick. Anybody?
Bitch.
Cool. I had to switch earbuds.
Hi.
Cool. So I just had to make sure it was connected.
Bit.
So thank you.
Horsey's first combat.
Yeah, so you are almost handed this, and then you go for the arm. Roll to hit, Seth. You hit the dog in the face with the dice? Oh, Jesus.
Oh no.
I love when dice fly out the dice tray and assault the dog. It's great.
Just like I'm about to assault this bastard.
Oh no.
23.
That'll hit. Roll damage. And then we're going to roll initiative.
My best. Both of you do it at disadvantage. This is an ability check.
Correct. And don't forget, Sapling, you do basically everything at disadvantage now, and also both of your speeds are halved.
That'll be a lovely 8 acid to that bastard's arm.
You bite down on the arm, and he shouts out in pain, pulling back the rope with it. And he's going to say, and just gripping his arm, "Arrest them." And initiative time.
This is the first time I've ever rolled for initiative with these dice.
Hey, nice.
I got a 17.
All right.
– 19.
Okay. So you said 19, Seth?
Yep.
Okay. Now I'm only going to basically guards will be one turn that will count the front and back half. There's also going to be a crowd turn because they are also a thing, and despite the fact they are drunk, they're also a bunch of revolutionaries who you just started the fighting, so here we go.
And what about will Reese get a turn because he's not drunk
I have
and is
to.
kind of important?
Yeah, you right. You right. My
Yeah.
fucking boy. Let's go. He is gonna go last because everyone else rolled very good, but that works because he'll go after the crowd. I think that's all the important stuff. Crowd and guards will also include that second group that you saw from the across the way. So something will happen with them as well on that turn. Oh god. See, the thing is, if you show off his innkeeper swag, kinda yeah, cause like the boy. See, you guys will actually get to see like him like as a character, as an NPC, which he's been for a while. He's a thing. Okay. So yeah, fuck it, sure. So up first is gonna be Seth. Seth the Sharg.
So he's gonna take his hand, kind of wipe away a little bit of the blood, the acid. But as he's going to move past his face and go in for it.
Okay, roll to hit.
Unnatural 20.
That'll hit. And this is it, same guy?
Yes.
Okay.
It's going to be a 6 for piercing. And then he's going to spend a key point, flurry of blows.
Okay. He is still up, and so you drag across, you jab out, and hit him. Say, kind of stumble a little bit forward, hit him in the shoulder, and he stumbles back a bit. Now this is not a very wide path. So doing these melee attacks, you can really only engage with one at a time, but that means they can really only engage with one of you at a time. You just happen to be in front. And so you jab at him, hit him, and he's preparing for another, and then you flurry of blows. And go ahead for the next.
Are these supposed to be at disadvantage because of drunk shit?
No, because you were not that drunk yet.
Okay, perfect. One of those is a natural 20, and the other one was a 2.
Okay, the two will miss.
Yeah, the two misses. But the other one is an
makes up for it. Damage. that makes
And the table. We haven't had a natural 20 in combat in a while.
That is true. Get that table here. And roll that D100 when you can.
$81 for that.
Okay.
And damage is 16 piercing.
Okay. So for this one, and he died, so it gets that effect. He does, by the way. Are you trying to kill him?
Dead?
Are you trying to kill him? That's the question, because that will affect what happens next.
I have to think like Seth.
Drunk Seth.
Well, not only is he drunk, but this is a church bastard. Of course he's going to try to kill him.
Okay. Then let me roll for the guards. And they fail. The other 4 of them, well, I'll roll for them individually just so it's fair. Okay. All but one of them is now frightened of you that are standing on that side. As you, how do you kill him?
Okay. I think the way I'm going to describe it is after he does the. I'm not. Piercing still, whatever. After he does that one move and goes in for the jab, he's going to continue moving and turn kick right to the side of the head. And
Into the side of the head, you said? Okay. Kick into the side of the head. He just lights go out in his eyes immediately, and he falls into the water. And now the other 4 stand there. Most of them are afraid, except for one that looked maybe a little older. And he's basically, what are you so afraid of? As he is the one standing directly in front of you.
bring it.
And they're dead. But yeah, so that's that.
And he's not moving.
Fair. Okay. It is now over to the guards. That one that is not afraid of you is going to go forward for an attack. That's a natural 20. So he's going to, I'll say this is one with a mace. He's going to come forward with his mace. He's going to strike, and you're going to take, could have been better. Oh, but it is a crit, so double. 12 points of bludgeoning damage as he just brings it down directly into your shoulder. The one that had been mostly torn off, or the arm that had been mostly torn off, and you just feel the pain radiate in that area. Something possibly a little dislocated, but yeah. And then as far as the table, because he does get to roll that on you, let me go ahead and roll that. 46. That actually really works with the description here. You get disadvantage on all attack rolls for the remainder of the encounter as it either destroys the weapon arm or if it's natural weapon's main attack limb, being your arm. So I'll say it was the other arm that he hit in that case to fit that. So you now do have disadvantage.
What
on
other
attacks.
arm?
Correct. Yeah. So yeah. Just make sure you have that. Also, I believe we said that would be that ability was a action to do. I believe is what we decided, because we did decide that when we came up with it. So.
Action or bonus? Because I know I've been able to attack in the same turn.
Oh, sorry. It would be a bonus then, yeah. We did decide it, though. That was something that, make sure you write
I
that
knew
down.
we decided it, but I was trying to be sure that I had it right. I keep forgetting to write it down.
Do that
Thank
now
you.
before you forget. So, yeah, you don't forget the disadvantage, though. And then 12 damage. That's his turn. The other 3 of them can't move closer. So what they're going to do instead is attempt to go. They're going to start moving back. And look like they're heading toward like a bridge that crosses over to the other side, basically to like go around. So they're going to head in that direction. But they can't. I'll say they'll dash because they can get a little further, but that's all they can really do. As for the guards on the other side of this crowd, they're a distance away. They're gonna just try and see if they can see what's going on. They do see what's going on, and so they immediately start trying to make arrests on the people in the crowd, which isn't gonna go well. Sapling, what are you doing?
Oh boy. My best.
Mm-hmm.
So got a guy just come up, hits Seth, so he's like close to me, right?
He's 10 feet from you.
Okay. is the like where we are big enough that I can go to get within like, melee range?
I would say yes
Because like
under
Seth
one
is already
condition.
there.
Yeah, which is a tricky
Okay.
thing because normally you could not occupy the same space as a creature. But you're huge and Seth isn't. So, would Seth, if Sapling was trying to butt into the same space, fight against it? Because that is the one sticking point. Because halflings are smaller creatures. They can be around Seth's height, but are usually a little smaller. And they actually have a feature for this where they can occupy the same space as another creature. Seth and you do not, as far as I know. But if Seth allows it, then I'll allow it.
Seth would not actively fight it. In fact, he would move in such a way that the horse can. So probably duck down so horse can move over rather than trying to squeeze into the same little tiny corridor.
Okay. Then put that somewhere so you remember that is a thing you can do now. You can occupy the same space as each other because of your size. So there you go.
Yay!
Yes, you can. You
Teamwork.
can get up to him.
All right. Let me think of what I can do because I sure as shit can't cast spells. Can I try to knock him into the water?
Yes, you could make a athletics check for a shove.
All right. I'm going to try.
And you just have to beat his AC.
Oh, well, I'm not going to. That is a 7.
7. You do go for a shove, and he stumbles a little bit, but not enough to fall into the water.
Ah,
Okay. You did try, though. That would be your action, or that would be an attack. Anything else you want to do?
I can't do anything else.
That's fair. A valiant effort. Okay. It would be over to the crowd now. Hell's breaking loose on the other side. People are not going to be taken. Violence has started, and people on the other side don't know who started it, and they're too drunk to really care. So it begins. The beginnings, and the guards on the other side. Some of them immediately you hear splashes as some of them fall into the water. Some of the crowd fall into the water. Some of the crowd start drowning guards in the water. It becomes a whole thing. Nobody can quite get past you guys though. However, some of the guards that had ran and were afraid of Seth after killing the church member, some of the crowd do have weapons on them, and so in this very cramped corridor, your ears begin to ring as firearms go off and start to shoot out at some of the other guards. Some pinging off shields, some meeting their target. Either way, shit's going off. That's the crowd. Reese is going to. Yeah, sure. At that point, he's going to pull out a wand. Is going to mutter a few words, and was it 3 left? I'll say one of them went down from the crowd, so 2 left that were standing a ways away from you guys. They need to make dex saves as a fireball is getting lobbed at them. That is a 4 and 3 on the dice, and they were already standing on a bridge. I'm just going to say that they're done for because they either get hit and fly into the water, and they're wearing armor. You can probably guess how that's going to go. They get obliterated finally by the fireball, or injured somehow on the way down from the fall. So those guys are done. The last one you guys have to contend with is the guy who hit Seth. Seth, he's in front of you. It is your turn. I hear scrolling across many pages of many things.
So for description's sake, he's still kind of like under where the horse is, right?
Correct. I'm imagining you're basically like ducking a little bit under the front of the horse's legs.
They're biting ankles.
He's probably on all fours at this point, as he started doing more commonly now that it's more noticeable.
Sorry, one correction. All threes.
I was about to say that.
No.
You know what I mean. Screw you all. He's going to basically maybe. Nah. He's going to basically jump out from underneath Sapling to go at the guy. And he's going to go for bite.
Roll it.
$19 to
That will hit.
$7 acid.
7 acid. Okay. I'm gonna say because he was hit already. No, he wasn't.
He was shoved.
He was shoved. He was not actually hit. He is actually fine. But you go in for a bite, you bite down, and he kind of shakes you off. What now? Anything else?
Yeah, he'll spend a bonus action and heal himself.
Okay. The limb regrows a little more, and you gain some health back. That's your turn, I assume. So Guard is going to then take a strike at you. That is not a natural 20, but it's an 18 on the dice, so that is definitely going to hit. He's going to hit you with a good old 5 damage, bludgeoning. Oh, by the way, did you make that bite before with disadvantage?
Yes, I did. The
Okay.
first was like a 15, the second was a 13, which gave me what I...
Perfect. Just making sure. So, yeah, you take 5 damage from as he brings the mace down. His resolve is waning as things are very badly turning, but it's kind of like, is he going to run and get shot in the back, or is he going to stand here and fight, sort of thing. And that's his turn. The other guards are either done for or are fighting, but it's going nowhere. Some of the crowd's going down, but not enough. Sapling, it's over to you.
This is bad. He doesn't want to kill people, but leave my fish alone. He's gonna try to pretty much just hoof this guy in the fucking guts.
Well, yeah, that would be unarmed strike, so it'd be strength. It'd be a strength-based attack.
5 to hit.
5. Not quite gonna hit. He was already backing up a little bit, and just you misjudged the distance a little bit. He looked a lot closer than he should have been. Man, it's that alcohol talking. It just doesn't quite get him. Anything else you want to do?
I might as well ask, would you let me try again to worm? And if so, what kind of action would that be?
I would say
If you don't want me to try again, that's okay.
Oh no. There's no want. If you want to do it, I would let you, but because of your state, there's going to be a save or a check. I would say,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need another intelligence save, but the DC is gonna be a little easier given the circumstances.
So, but can I do that on this turn? Because I've already like
Um,
tried to do an action.
I'd allow it. I'd allow it. Normally, I will say it'll be an action, but
Yay!
given, I'll allow it.
Yay! Okay. Then I'll try again. Another intelligence save.
Another intelligence save. As long as you don't get a 0, you should be okay.
Okay, that is an 11.
11. I'll say with an 11, you're able to worm, but man, worm feels weird. Things are weird. Things aren't great. Body
Let's
is
get
sluggish.
this over with.
Yeah.
Okay, then
And
with that
I'll
being
s-
said, I have
I'll
one
say
thing to
unless you want to
check.
move, that would take the rest of your action economy for the turn, though.
Okay, then no, that's it.
Okay. Because, yeah, that basically would have. Normally, I would say it'd be an action, but I was letting you do it as a bonus because you didn't really do much with your actions the last couple turns.
Yay!
Okay. It'd be over to the crowd. They are just going to continue to fight back. They're making progress. They're not trying to shove towards you guys because you guys are fine and you're part of the crowd. But they're basically shoving the guard back on the other side of this crowd that you're in and are finishing them off. It's Reese's turn. He kind of shouts a couple things to the crowd, basically just ordering them to push them back, push them that way. And yeah, he's got an action. He's going to rush towards the guy that you were finishing off. And he is going to, yeah, natural 20 will do it. He's going to take the wand and shove it through the back of his neck. He's just basically, he's
Nice.
hovering there in the air. He's just going to fly forward, wand directly through, past the spine, out the front of the neck. And just kind of carry the momentum, land in front of the both of you, with the guy dropping him off. Thank you for your help. Welcome to the revolution, I guess. You're kind of part of that now. You can't really leave. I mean, you can leave. I'm not going to keep you, but it's kind of, you know, you kind of just helped an active rebellion. So
There's a rebellion.
oh, you're not very smart, are you? Yes, there's a rebellion. It's right here. I'm sorry, that was mean. Yes, there is a rebellion right here. You are part of it. It is all around you. And then some guy, like one of the guards, is like rushing up. He's just gonna point his wand. Blue beam of energy beams the guard. Guy falls in the water. Magic missile, bitch.
Oh, yeah.
All right. What about you, tall friend?
Are there any more guards?
At this point, there's like a couple that were rushing around. They're trying to run away, but yes, there are.
Let me let me do something real quick.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. What did he say? What did he ask?
Oh, he was basically like, what about you to Sapling, because Seth seems very gung-ho about joining all of this.
Oh, yeah, this is great.
It's not for everyone, but any help is appreciated.
So who are you in all this?
I'm the leader. Or, eh, I serve drinks. They look up to me. But at the end of the day, there really isn't a leader. I'm just the person who gives orders occasionally, so meh.
You know, I think this is a great opportunity.
Well, our bar is gone, and we really have nowhere to go now. So we have to get ourselves on our feet again, and after that, we can get back to things. But we can't really go back there because they know where our safe house is. Probably followed someone in.
Well, that's not a great opportunity, but I'm in meeting you.
Likewise. I have to get my people somewhere safe. We'll be in touch, I guess. If you can find us again. I would suggest scatter for now. That's kind of what we're all going to do. I just have to get a new home base.
You seem like someone who's capable. Maybe, we should find each other again. I have things that I think you'll like to know.
Then I can't wait. And he's going to lift off and begin leading people toward various exits and whatnot. What are the two of you doing?
We should find our way out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, you.
For now. Sorry.
Eh. Eh.
So you make your way out?
Yeah.
Okay. One of you make a perception check.
I can do it.
Whoever wants to. This is just for finding an exit.
I have regrets. Oh wait, but I'm so good at them. Hang on. It's not that bad. That's 13.
13. Okay. It does take a little bit of time, but not due to not being able to find it. It's just this is alien to you, underground like this. This area of the city, it's pretty alien. But you're able to make your way down here, avoiding any other guard presence, which there is little. And even following a couple of the people who seem to know a little bit more of where they were going, you're able to find a stairway that leads up and out. It just leads out of a door into the middle of the street. Kind of like half in an alleyway. But then where would you go once you're on the surface again?
Home,
Home?
perhaps?
Okay.
Does Sapling say that we're doing that?
Yeah, probably. Just like, we should probably head back.
Immediately after that?
What else are we gonna do?
Wander for a bit. We could get followed.
Oh. Damn it.
You able to disguise yourself?
No.
I have to check something.
Okay. And then once you guys get on the move, we're going to pop over to something more lighthearted.
I think we might pop over to break, actually.
Shit, you were right. We're like an hour past.
I'm very hungry.
Jesus.
Yeah, I need to go
okay.
get some water.
Fair, we'll do that.
Well, I was gonna say I'd give the necklace over, but I think that requires attunement.
I believe
so.
it does, yes. Okay. Let's take a little bit of a late break and then
Yeah.
we'll go. Okay, let's do that.
I'm gonna go.
Hello, and we're back. So, now on to something completely different. Uh, so as the two of you begin walking around to make sure that you aren't being followed, we're going to move over to Chiron, who you have a date.
Yes, I do. A little bit after Seedling, I told him he went to talk to Sapling. I think I saw Sapling leaving with Seth. I'm gonna go to my workplace and see if Prosecutor Dewdrop is nearby.
And sure enough, he is. You actually see currently standing in the lobby, chit-chatting with one of the other this is someone you don't recognize. You don't know exactly what their position is, but chatting it up with somebody. Doesn't seem to notice you immediately.
Well, I will wait until he's done with his conversation, and then, hello, I came to catch up with you over some tea.
Yes, of course. Well, please. Again, I think I found this really nice place. I think you'll like it.
Oh, yes, I'm sure I will. Shall we
And
go?
well, let's go. And grabs a few things and starts making their way out the door. And it's actually not very far. It's practically across the street, down maybe a little bit. There's this very nice shop front. And you can see through the windows in the front, which are mostly just regular glass with a little bit of like stained glass imagery mixed in. It doesn't look like it's meant to depict anything in particular, just to look pretty. Um, and illuminating the inside, you can see instead of having just tables and chairs, it's almost as if the walls were converted into the tables and chairs themselves, as they're almost stacked on top of each other with stairs going up to almost a second floor of chair seating built into the wall above the first. Mostly booths because of this. They do have some regular tables on the main floor, but this is a very small space, and the majority of it is the kitchen and coffee and tea making area. Um, most of the seating is vertical. Um, and Prosecutor Dewdrop looks at you and says, this place opened up somewhat recently. It's relatively new. Um, they have coffee, tea, lots of baked goods.
It sounds lovely. Where are we going to sit on?
If you want to sit down here on one of the regular tables, we can, or we can sit up there. They're actually quite comfortable.
I suppose it's not a bad thing to be a little adventurous. Why not try it out?
Just hold the railing on the way up. You don't want to fall.
Yes, of course. I will, in fact, hold the railing on the way upwards to the table.
And so you make your way up and take your seat. And after about a moment, it's actually fairly quick. Service here is very fast. Um, a woman approaches, human, middle aged, and she says, "What can I get you, dears?"
Oh, just a I think I'll have a spiced tea and any recommendations you have?
Oh, something spiced. We do have fresh in from the Dwarven capital. They actually just brought in a shipment of Dwarven fire brew tea. Um, we can bring you some of that.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Thank you.
All right, we'll bring you some of that. And do you want any? We have plenty of sweets. If you got a sweet tooth, or if you want something a little more
I
savory, we have something there as well.
a nice pastry would be nice. Berry pastry.
Okay, we have a few berry pastries. I can bring you one up. Um, and then Tiddlywhisk is going to order Um, I'd say is gonna order a similarly spiced tea, although eh, eh, is like I don't know about the fire root tea. Do they have and name some like really obscure like spiced tea? And it's like I can check. The lady's like, I can check. And he's like, and an almond tart, please. And she's like, all right, almond tart, got it. And she writes all that down. I'll be back in a jiff. Sit tight.
So, how has it been around here?
Oh, it's been just fine. I mean, I've been keeping real busy. I mean, it's things change every day. It feels like things are changing, but you know, as good as we do what we can.
Yes, I was hired for escorting someone. It wasn't supposed to turn into all of this. I've been gone for quite some time. I've fallen into adventuring a little bit. It's been interesting.
You've been adventuring? Well, that's must be
I know
exciting.
it's hard to imagine as
Well, I didn't want to offend, but yeah, I mean, seeing you adventuring, that's pretty wild.
yes, it's new times. Things are changing as they do.
Well, I mean, I gotta say, you've been quite the talk of or the building recently. I mean, you know, you went out to go escort the guy, and I mean, to be honest, people thought something happened to you,
Uh,
and then you show up out of nowhere.
well, we got a little lost in the well, w yes, we got a little lost, but we made it back all right. Completed what we were sent to do. We've been resting in town for a little bit.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, as long as, you know, I guess what I'm trying to say is it's just good to see you back.
It's good to see you too. It's honestly been a bit exhausting. I'm thankful for this time I have to rest a little bit.
That's fair. That's fair. You know, so if you're out adventuring, are you gonna be getting back into the practice, or are you just gonna be staying out for a while?
Um, I I'm not sure if I'll be getting back into it or not. If they need me to, I suppose I could, but I'm growing rather fond of adventuring. The it's tricky. The all the travel wears on me sometimes, but the people are quite nice. The people you meet.
Oh, well, hopefully you're not meeting any, too dangerous people out there. I mean, um, you know how people can be.
Yes. Well, has everything been all right here? Is nothing too dangerous happening around here?
Oh, nothing too bad. I mean, you know, the guard have been keeping us safe as they do. The church has been making sure that, you know, people stay in line and they stay in their places. Um, you know, order is important to make sure we stay safe, as you know. And so recently there was a bit of a fight that broke out, but they handled it.
Oh, was anybody caught? Did
Uh, somebody was caught, but I don't know all the details of what he said and everything. I mean, I know he was a member of this resistance that's been popping up recently.
Hmm.
Don't know the guy's name. All I know is that he got caught and he allegedly, that's the big word, allegedly, um, he himself is a mage, which, yeah. But I don't think anyone was seriously hurt. It seemed to have been just if you ask me, it was just a test. They wanted to see if they could get away with something, and they couldn't. They blew up a statue.
Oh, which staff haven't been here? There's always construction.
It was actually a statue that was erected for Judge Juris, just to commemorate his deeds and everything. And High Judge Juris, they blew up a statue of him.
Hmm. Do you ever wonder about some of the people we see?
What do you mean? Like, wonder what's exactly?
Uh, well, people that get sent off to these treatments. Do you ever have any thoughts on where they might go? What happens to them?
Oh, well, I mean, I've always kind of wondered, but if I'm being honest, I mean, I assume they're being sent somewhere where they're going to be rehabilitated and taken care of and then put back into society. I mean,
Hmm.
that's the right thing to do, right? So, of course, that's what would happen to him.
Right. Yes.
Don't tell me you're having doubts now.
Um, uh, of of course not. I'm gonna look for the see how close the food is.
You can see at this point, Lady's just pouring the last little bit of one of your teas and is beginning to approach. And we'll say then she brings it up, sets it both in front of you. If you need anything else, I'll be right over there. You can just wave.
Thank you.
Of course. And she's going to smile and walk off.
So, how is everybody around the uh, the temple nowadays? I say as I start to uh, drink my nice tea.
Very pleasant tea, by the way. They're okay. The judge has been a little touchy lately, and if I'm being honest, has been making some calls I don't 100% agree with, but he does that
No.
sometimes. He's just, he's been a little harder, I think, on some folks than he maybe needs to be. But of course, there are things in place that we can do to set that right, and I do.
That's good.
Sometimes he just needs time to calm down when certain cases come in front of him, uh, especially if it has to do with, you know, um, a member of that resistance, like that guy that was caught. Once he goes to trial, he'll probably get a little harsher treatment than he needs to. But at the end of the day, I mean, we make sure he goes exactly where he needs to.
Do you know this person who's? Do you know who it is? I might go see him, see if he needs me.
Uh, I can try and find out. I don't know off the top of my head his name. Um, this only happened a little while ago, and these things they can get dragged on. So, uh,
Yes,
but if you want to go find out about him, I'm sure he's still down at the guard station, probably still in custody.
right. I might end up doing that. Look at us. We're talking about work.
Well, sometimes
The
that feels like it's all we do.
yep. The the parents are nice. I went to see them. They're doing well.
Oh, that's good. I kept meaning to make sure, but work got away from me. But
Uh,
no, I'm glad to
yeah,
hear.
we uh, we actually moved to a nicer place, a change of scenery, always.
Well, of course. Where at?
It's somewhere outside. It'd be a long ways away. I wouldn't want to take you away from work that long.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. Fair enough. Well, eventually, I'd love to see the place. I mean, but I at some point.
Yes, some point.
But I'm glad to hear they're doing good. Oh, oh, your folks are nice. But so do you have any grand stories from being out and about? I mean, you say you're going adventuring. I mean, I haven't been out and about in a while. What's it like?
Well, there was we had quite an interesting time in just off the in the Giant's Tooth. There was this place that just started rising out of the sea. There were these people that resembled fish, and we had to get this statue, and I was interesting. A very powerful being was holding it, and this I think she was called the lady. Their local their local deity actually came out of this statue and fought off this great evil. It was quite dramatic.
Oh, it sounds like it. I don't ever think I've heard of this lady before. Definitely not as part of the gods we know about.
Uh, no, neither sets. And then there was um yes, near Helgoland, there was very odd adventure. We got two of these beings. They were business partners. They were fighting. This actually happened twice, really. In different contexts. Helgoland and ice cream. But there were these two business partners that were fighting, and my party and I helped to mediate their conflict and uh, helped them reconciliate, start new business together.
Both the festival and ice cream. And it was that similar. Wow.
Yes, if you're ever in, where was it? Was it New Hope Port that we did the ice cream thing?
It was, yeah. Oh no, it
No,
was
no.
fuck, map. Hold on. I know exactly where it was.
Ah, it was the town, yes.
Gormsey
The
Port.
museum town. If you're ever around Gormsey Port, you should check out Gin and Berries. Their ice cream is quite good.
Huh. Maybe I'll have to check it out if I'm ever that way. I don't go that way very often. Honestly, I don't get out enough. But I'll check it out if I do.
Yes, my group that I travel with is very nice. There's a younger one that I've sort of been taking under my wing. It's a little odd.
Well, I mean, I can definitely say if there's anyone's wing that they should be under it, I mean, yours is a good one. Well, I know that's pretty crazy. I mean, the fact that you're with a group and going anywhere at all, I mean, it's frankly, it's impressive. Um, it's it must be nice.
It is. It's nice to get out, even though I do miss sitting and chatting and drinking tea sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I'd miss the most is a nice bed. I could never sleep in a tent all
Yes,
the time.
it's difficult on the bones.
I could imagine. I mean, uh, there's this thing somebody was making in town. You might have to pick one up for before you go out. It's like you know how a mattress is filled with feathers? I don't know what this is filled
Yes.
with, but it's like an inflatable mattress. Honestly,
Oh,
you should pick one up. It's like taking the comforts of home with you, kind of.
yeah. Yes, I might look into that just to make it easier on the old back.
I honestly though, um, no, that I think would do you some good. Oh, but yeah, if you're I don't know how long you're planning on staying. Are you planning on leaving soon?
Uh, I'm not quite sure. There might be somewhere where we need to go, but I'm not sure when we're leaving exactly.
All right. Well, just make sure you're careful out there, because like I said, there's the city's not as safe as it was when you left. Like I said, resistance people popping up and doing things. Just make sure you're safe. And of course, if you see anything, if you don't feel like talking to the guard, you can tell me. I make sure, the right people
All
hear.
right. All right.
And
I'll make sure to tell you anything you want to hear.
yeah. Um but yeah, just be careful out there. It can be dangerous nowadays.
Well, it's been a nice catching up. I feel like I should probably get going. That younger one tends to get into trouble. I don't know what he's doing right now, but I should probably be there when they get back, or soon after.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the young ones, they always get into all kinds of trouble. I mean, sticking their noses where they shouldn't.
I'll
So, yeah.
I'll be keeping in touch.
Please do. You know where to find me.
Uh, yes.
Well, thank you again.
How much is the what we get? I'll pay for both of us.
Oh, for both? I would say for both, uh, 6 silver.
Alrighty.
Okay. And be
Yes.
very appreciative. Just like, oh, thank you. You didn't have to.
Oh, it's fine.
All right. And so you pay, and the person you pay thanks you. Is like, oh, come back anytime. And
And
yeah.
I head back to Val.
Okay. So you head back, and yeah. Um, how long? Okay. So, in Chiron is back at this point. Edna, what would you have been doing during the day? I saw you mention going and scouting out.
Yes, that's what
Okay.
we'll be doing.
Okay.
Before she'd go, she'd write a little note on it for the rest of the party members. Just, hey, need to talk to you. Find me, or I'll find you.
Okay.
I'll write. I'll find you.
Okay. Well, in that
And
case,
yeah.
I do want to tell you because you would have gotten a name and approximate location for this because this may affect like how you travel and things like that. Um, let me get you that name real quick. Um, okay, I'll say, and I'm actually gonna make sure I type this down for so I don't forget. Um, you were told that the name of the logging camp, it's more of a mill with an attached logging camp. Um, is the Half Horn Mill. Half Horn Mill. There we go. I went ahead and typed that down for myself. Yeah, Half Horn Mill.
Half.
Half. Yeah, like half of a horn.
Okay, half one. Gotcha.
Yeah. Um, it is about at a walking pace, roughly a day out of town. And that's if you were just like on foot at a normal pace going, it would take you a day to get there.
What if I was a, let me find an animal.
Yeah.
What if I was a wolf?
A wolf? I actually need to check a wolf speed. Hey, wolf stat block. There we go.
I have a dire wolf, which is 50.
Oh, actually, perfect. That works. Then it would take you about half as long, so I would say about a half day to
Okay,
get there.
well, I can't be a
So,
dire wolf for that long,
yeah.
so it's not worth it then.
Okay.
But if Edna somehow found out from someone that it's a day away,
you definitely could look into it because you know the name of the place, but you don't know exactly where it is. So you would have to find that information. And in doing so, you would have found out about where it is, or and about how long away it is.
okay.
Yeah, that is in the process of like finding out where the place is. You would have found that information.
Okay.
And actually, I'm going to mark
Sorry, I'm just
on my map where that is so that I can, during travel, have that. So, with that being
I
said, what do you
think
want to do?
in that case she'd stay back and wait for people. Kill
Okay,
time with
wait
bubbles.
to tell people and everything first.
Yeah, because she could go by herself, but then she'd have to come back, and then everyone have to go out there again. So
Okay. One moment. Okay, cool. I just made a little marking on my map. So, all right. So you are. Is there anything you do want to do during the day while waiting for people to gather back and everything?
oh, she's gonna talk to Bubbles about this.
Talk to Bubbles. Okay, so you find Bubbles,
Yeah.
and he's I'll say just chilling up in the room. He's taking an off day, you know. He's yawning away, and he's like, "Hey, what can I do for you?"
Bubbles, you were there.
Eh,
You were there. You saw.
some weird shit, if you ask me.
Yeah. Yes. They are a. Did you hear to hear us at all?
Yeah, I was listening.
Okay, good. These are odd bunch.
Yeah, I mean,
I support
they're
their cause,
oh yeah.
and I do agree from my time living here that things take too long. Sometimes, and some things are long overdue.
Yeah, I can agree. I mean, I mean, I think the people are their cause is just, and I mean, you agree with it, so that's good. Um, but I mean, I have no love for people. You know, I'm not one of them, and most of them don't treat me very good. So, I mean, fuck them.
Sorry, I am a little confused.
Oh, I'm
Fuck,
just saying, like,
fuck.
not the group you were talking to, but just like people.
Okay, okay, that's what I thought, but I needed to make sure.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Mhm. Anyways, it's a day away. The camp they want me to go to
Mm.
and take down. I was wondering, we're not leaving now, but would you be willing to come with?
Oh yeah, of course I come with. You think I'm gonna miss out an
Perfect.
opportunity like that? No.
Perfect. I have planned.
That's good. That's good.
And upon that, she will then begin to fuck around with bubbles and kill time until the rest of the party's back.
Okay. Um, and Kyron, you're heading back. Seth and Sapling, how long would you guys stay just wandering out and about before going back to be safe?
It was Seth's idea, so
Yeah, Seth.
Probably half an hour. Try to make sure they're not being followed before he does start heading back.
Go ahead and make me a perception check.
— 23.
23. Okay. You do not see a person following you, but zipping behind one of the corners at the very last minute is a black lens.
no.
And then it darts away out of the way.
I think we're pretty much safe to go home at this point. The only thing following us is Hardy.
Oh, great.
When isn't he at this point, right?
Yep.
So you make your way back?
Yep.
Okay. And so you head back, you both arrive, and at that point, Edna, you would see at this point everybody is back. Everybody has arrived.
Okay. As everyone as everyone comes in, I'm just gonna catch you at the door and say, "Hello, I need to talk to you, but with everybody here." Proposition.
Oh, of course, yes. I will stay downstairs then. But I will go up and get like a nice comfy robe before coming down. Maybe get like a book to read, do some research while I wait on my little topic.
All right. Perfect. And so you sit and get cozy and get do a little bit of a bit of reading. And then uh how would Seth and Sapling appear walking in? Like, are they doing the suspicious walk? Like, just like, or are they just walking casually? Like, what do they look like walking in after what just happened? Did they wash the blood off of them?
Seth didn't. No, he's still beat to shit and did not at all heal or further clean himself after the one heal he did.
Vic. Okay.
Yeah.
I get up Are you okay? What happened?
The hell happened to you?
Fought some people, did some things.
What? I thought you were going. I look at Sapling.
Uh, it it was fun while it lasted, probably. Was it?
It's not even sapling.
Yeah, hang on. I'm gonna leave.
Okay.
Come back after a bit.
So, do I have to explain what happened?
If you would be so
Uh,
kind.
I think so, yes.
Wait. And he's going to, again, take a look around and make sure that there ain't shit. He is also, for once, making sure that the other people, that other group, aren't in there too.
I will tell you without you even rolling. You do see there are a few people in the room with you. I'll say two. There is Sam, who is the Goliath woman, and there is Max. And they're just idly chatting, not paying much attention. Um, you do also see outside. He's there. Richard is kind of just there, notices you, notice him, goes, "Hello."
Fuck off.
I have news, but I'll wait till you're done. Please, go ahead, continue.
He's going to kind of move, like, motion for the others to get closer. So, we may have found ourselves in an interesting place that then got raided. I may have killed a couple or more guards.
Die. Oh, I didn't know those people died.
But hey, on the good side, I found people who are like-minded and might be talking to one of them at some point about some stuff.
Were you seen by anybody of note?
Did any of the guards survive?
There were a few that ran, and I don't know if they live. I was not disguised.
And even if you were, can it make you look like you have an arm? Because a centaur and a one-armed person, not very inconspicuous.
No,
Well, the arm will come back.
Sure, but not sure you should go anywhere for a few days.
I don't want to stay here for days.
We don't have to stay here.
Just not in the city.
That's where all the interesting stuff is, though.
And if you go in now, there's a higher chance you'll be taken. Because if you killed this many, they'll send more next time.
If you need me to be an intermediary connecting with these like-minded people, I am willing to.
Are you trying to say that you don't think I can?
I'm saying that it would be safer if you. It,
He said it would take them a while anyways. They have to rebuild.
All right. Well, in a while, you can use my messages to. You can use my messages to connect.
You're a lot less angry than I expected. You, in particular.
Well, you. I don't. I don't approve of killing people, but what's done is done. And yes,
I didn't mean for him to get hurt or kill people. I'm sorry.
I'm sure
I
you
had fun.
didn't, Sapling.
Did you just say I had fun?
Yes. Yes, Seth in fact did.
Uh, well, I had fun before that.
So
whole
it was a
thing is-
fun night for both of you. Good. Edna, I think you had something you wanted to tell us.
Yes, I did. I was contacted by a druidic-based resistance this morning. One of them had a falcon go to my window, which I'm not convinced is not a druid. But it appears to not be. But anyways, I meet them in the city. We talk. We share similar mindsets in that the government is abusing the nature of the surrounding the city. And there is a logging encampment, logging mill, about a day's journey away, that I'm going to slow down. Preferably not harming any people. Harming machines, perhaps. And I was wondering if I could have any assistance from the group. This feels like
Well,
poor
yeah.
timing now.
Oh, it's
Might not be a
fine.
bad idea to get away from the city. Did this druid group happen to refer to I'm forgetting what they said. I'm forgetting what that one druid that we fought before Edna said about my creature. That one group, what they called him.
I forget the exact word. Prophesy son, possibly.
True. I think it was the True.
The true son, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. Did they refer to something called the True Sun?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't entirely remember.
They
I don't
did
think
not.
they did. Okay.
That was
That-
that's a very like culty sounding thing. They did not say anything so culty.
Yeah, I didn't think they did.
Yeah.
No.
Likely a different druid group then.
Can I roll like history to see if I know what that is?
You could. It'd be a history check, yeah. Or I would also say you could do
Religion.
religion.
Is that wisdom?
Either one.
No, they're both intelligence.
Both intelligence. Yeah, doesn't matter. I'll just do history.
Blurry. You're blurred.
14.
14. I'm gonna say you probably don't know what that's referring to.
Damn. You see it and think about it real hard? No. I've never heard of that.
It's a subsect of a group that had some upheaval in recent years.
Oh,
Recent is in 30 plus years ago, but he is in fact very. It's recent
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah. Old people.
And-
Ha.
Edna was
But-
like 10.
But this is a
Sapphire's not alive.
but this is a different group, it seems.
Anyways, I would agree to be a good excuse to get out of town for a couple days, just with travel time.
So we can't hurt people during this?
Yeah,
Preferably not.
we don't kill people. Hurting may happen. Be prepared to hurt. Be prepared to get hurt.
I
Defend yourselves.
speaking of Seth, do you need any help?
With what?
Healing.
No.
You're okay.
Are you talking about the general stuff for the arm?
No, not the arm, generally.
Then no.
All right.
I'll be fine and like you. Oh, great. Guy barely hit.
I am fair warning to you, Edna. If you're planning to do this under the cover of night, I'm not the quietest person.
Do it we'll decide when we get there. I
Oh,
have an
all right.
I have an idea, and it could go a couple of ways.
We should probably tell. I look towards Max. Max,
Yeah.
we're planning on going for a few days to do a thing.
All right, the less I know, the better. We'll watch the place while you're gone. Just do me a favor. Before you finish up for the night, get him to go away. And just points out the door toward Richard, who's still standing there, arms just crossed and big all smiles.
Well then, I will go. I will go talk to Richard.
So you
Seth is following along with you.
Fair enough.
Edna's
And
gonna
so-
watch from a distance. Disgust on her face.
As there should be. Accurate reaction. So he stands there in all of his disgusting, slimy snake glory, and he just waits. And you approach, and he says, "Hi, sorry to intrude. I had news I thought you might want to know. I just wanted to let you finish up first."
It's is this our contract, our agreement?
Oh yes, he was like right outside the gate when I arrived. I came to warn you as I said I would before he got here, but I wanted to let you finish your conversation, so I just, of course I was letting you finish. I still fulfilled my end of the contract. I came to warn you before he got here.
So, he is here.
As of this moment, he's not here, but he's probably looking.
All right,
You're
so
far
we
enough outside the gates. You're probably fine. He also entered through the southern gate. You're out the western gate, so it would take him time.
thank you. And
welcome.
we ask that you go away.
Oh, okay. That I can do. Well, our contract has been fulfilled. It has been nice knowing you. Also, beautiful show, by the way. Pointing towards Seth. Didn't see the whole thing, did miss some things, but very fun. No, nobody else saw that. I keep that one for me. Goodbye. And he's going to just begin leaving. And then he's gone into the trees. another reason to not be here.
Yep.
Yay.
Yeah. Okay. So what is the current move? Do we rest up, leave in the morning, leave tonight? What's the move?
I
Or
think the
something
move is leave tonight because there's a crazed guy looking for us.
Yeah, I'm good to
it'd
go
be
tonight.
fine.
I can
Like,
agree
gather
that
up.
leaving tonight's great. You're blurry again.
I don't give a
No,
shit. We're almost
it's
done.
back.
Oh,
It's
Stop
bad.
cool.
being blurry.
It's fine. I can't.
I do agree though that leaving at the night would be best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we'll go ahead and start with all that next session. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up because we are past time. And hey, I just want to say before we end the stream thing, even though this game is very heavily, anti-government and political and things like that, that
Sorry.
totally means that I am. So here's the thing. I'm not, saying, oh, go join the resistance, but hey, maybe, go protest, do things, stand up, shout, yell, scream. Good night.